Yeah, I am currently stuck at a specialist. So, how did you reach expert? Could
Bro,
you guide me one?
yeah, sure. Can you just share your profile, or have you already shared your profile over here?
No, I haven't said yet. Let me say it.
Or you could just give me your username.
I have posted it in CP Doubts.
Where? Okay, CP doubts. Got it. Let's check it. No, I'm not able to find the site. Never mind. Give me a second. Code Forces Analyzer. Okay. Bro, you haven't given a lot of contests yet, right? So the number of contests you have given is pretty limited. So right over here, I'm able to see like 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you just given 9 contests, and I see a consistent uptrend in your graph, right? So this doesn't looks bad to me at all. This is actually a good profile, I'll say. You're growing pretty well.
No, actually, that is my side account. I have set my primary account as well. Yeah, you can check it in CP Doubts.
This one, right? Good pick, but okay. So you are a specialist now, right? So how do you like
Yes,
sometimes
yes.
you use this particular account and sometimes then you use this particular account? Is that the case, or you like based on a contest?
No, actually,
Yeah.
I'm yeah. Right now, I'm saving this particular account for another Div 3 or some educational rounds so that I
Bro,
can
I
touch
like
expert.
I'll advise you not to do that. What I'll say is that the thing that right now you are at a specialist level, right? Now, obviously, you want to grow, you want to reach a expert level or a candidate master level. The problem is that if you have two alts account like this, right, then sometimes you'll be using this and sometimes you'll be using that. So even if for me or even for you itself, it would be difficult to track your progress. So the best thing you could do is that use a single account. The worst that could happen is that for let's say you reach expert, right? Then in that case for Div 3 you won't be like won't be eligible or you won't be rated, right? So that's still fine. Even I give contest yesterday. I gave a contest. I solved up till F, and I wasn't eligible for that. That thing is absolutely fine. But for analyzing yourself, it's best that you have a single account. But let me just test this particular account of yours. Let's see what the problem is. Because yeah, I see that you have given some problems. All like you have solved some problems and given some contests. Although it looks like a good graph to me. Let's check this out. Okay. Okay. Right now you're at okay. Your rating is 1525, right? Okay. Yeah, it looks good. The way you have practiced it is actually good because you have already practiced 74 questions from 1600, right? What I'll advise you to do is that firstly you need to check that are you able to solve the A and B problems in a few minutes itself, or how long does it take you to solve the problem A and B?
Maybe within 10 or 15 minutes.
No, so problem A you are able to solve within 5 minutes or not? That's the
Yeah,
first
yeah,
thing.
I can solve it within 5.
Okay, within 5 minutes you are able to solve problem A. Then what about problem B?
It can vary from 5 to 10 minutes depending on the question.
So, this is the contest you gave yesterday. These are all the submissions you did.
Yeah, actually, if I was giving the contest from that double underscore account, that is my side account, and then I saw that my rating has hiked up a bit, so I decided to post those solution in my main account as well.
Bro, stop doing this.
For
What will
the
happen
yeah,
is that they'll direct flag over here and they'll mark you. So that's a really bad thing to do actually. Because see, the thing is, even so, what's your primary goal? Do you want to be a CP person, or you just want to get placed or get an intern? What's your primary goal over here?
Mostly I'm focusing on placements right now.
Okay. So see, the thing is that if you are using two accounts, right? So I can already say that were you able to do this on your own, or you cheated for somewhere and then you did even E2 and stuff? Were you able to do it on your own? All of these questions?
No, I did it myself, but
Yeah.
I
So
just
see,
submitted it from my side account to
yeah,
the
got
main
it,
account.
got your point. So what I'm saying right now is that looking at your profile, I can easily say that you will be able to clear most of the companies, right? If you're able to reach till E2, so F is the only question that you were not able to solve, and F was, I'll say, somewhat tricky, right? I actually didn't see G myself, so can't comment on that. But if you're able to
I
do
think
till
it involved combinations or some number theory stuff.
what? Question F?
Yes,
No,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
no, no, no. It doesn't use any combinatorics at all. It actually uses simple bit masking. I've already posted a solution on YouTube, so you can check that out if you need. But the point over here is that if you're able to solve up till E2, right, then you are already at a stage where you'll be easily able to compete with the rest of your fellow members who are gonna sit in the placement session with you. Which college are you from, bro? Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, you're good.
Yeah. So which college are you from?
I am from Jadavpur University.
Okay, Jadavpur University. Okay, cool. So from Jadavpur University, I'll say, yeah, there are a few good coders, but even good companies visit Jadavpur, right? So I think you'll be able to get placed even if you don't have a Epic account. So first thing I'll really recommend you to do is just stop doing this. Stick to a single account and utilize that. Now you might say that in the short term it's better to use two accounts and I'll be gaining some deltas, extra deltas. I understand that, but in the long run it's actually detrimental because you yourself won't be able to analyze that what's the thing that you are doing wrong. You already have that capability that you are gonna clear the exam of companies, right? So you will be let's categorize the companies as low level companies, mid and high. So you'll already be able to clear the mid level companies if you are reaching this level. Or even in high level companies, there's just a few set of companies that you won't be able to clear. Right? Other than that, you'll definitely be able to clear those companies. So now my point is that you shouldn't be doing this. Rather, what I'll say is that stick to account, and in that way, you'll be able to analyze that what's the problem. So looking at this particular account, this is your primary account, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. So in this account, what I'm able to see is that you have already solved 1600 problems a lot. I'll say that since you are already about to reach 1600, so you should start solving 1700 problem. Only then you'll be able to come at a level wherein, because sometimes what could happen is that the D problem that you're seeing, or even the C problems, is actually from a 1600 level, right? So in that case, you should be able to also is from a 1700 level. So in that case, you should be able to solve it. So for that, I'll recommend that you start, solving from here itself, and that would actually be helpful. That makes sense.
Yeah, thanks. I had another query as well.
Sh-
How did
Sure.
you get thorough with DP and number theory?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
mostly combinatorics oriented problems.
It actually would come with practice. Other than that, there are a few tips and tricks. I like when I started this YouTube channel. Initially, also I posted a video on combinatorics and then also did a basic maths video. But never mind if you haven't watched that. So I'm planning to conduct another mathematics session maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow. So you can join that. I'll actually be covering most of the topics. So once you have a grip on those topics, then the only thing you will require is to actually practice them. But never mind if you haven't watched
Cool.
that. So I'm planning to conduct another mathematics session maybe Make
Yeah,
tomorrow or day
okay.
after tomorrow. So you can
Yeah,
join
yeah.
that. Okay, I feel there's an echo, so I'm gonna mute myself from here right now. Cool. So I'll be speaking over here itself. You can watch the live stream on YouTube, and you can ask the question wherever you want. You can ask it on YouTube as well or on Discord. Okay. So I'm unable to do problem C ever in Dev 2. So this is the first doubt, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Anirudh, so if you're not able to do the problem C on Dev 2, so first thing is that you should at least start solving, I'll say, the 1600, 1700 range, right? Or the other thing you could do is that you can start tagging the problems based on the tags they have, or based on the numbers, right? Right. So you'll say that only want to solve the problem C questions. But what I have seen from experience, that problem C is a lot of times dependent on okay, yeah. So problem C is a lot of times dependent on this binary search, right? So binary search or greedy approaches is one of the most favorite topics from where C problems are asked. Now, if you are familiar with binary search and greedy approaches, those become easy for you. If you aren't, then they might be a bit tricky for you as well, right? So, my suggestion would be that go to the channel. There's already a binary search video over there. You can utilize that, and I hope you will find that helpful, because I think most of the people who already have seen that video were able to solve questions that were coming from binary search. So that would be my first suggestion. The other suggestion would be that focus on your time, because if you are able to do A and B pretty quickly, then you'll be able to give more time to problem C. And the best thing you can do is that you know you should start up solving. So if you are able to do A and B, start seeing the videos for C and D. Or what you can do is that after the contest is over, try to give some more time to the problem C, problem D. If still you are not able to solve it, come to the channel. I most of the times have a video on the problem C at least, right? So you start doing a problem C from there, and once you are able to understand the solution, the logic behind it, try to understand why were you not able to solve it, right? So there could be a couple of reasons. That the first reason could be that you are not able to understand the question itself. So if that's the case, then you definitely need to you need to understand the question well. The other thing could be that you missed the algorithm, or you don't even know about the algorithm that was required. In that case, you need to learn the algorithm. The third case is that you knew everything, but you were not able to think that I can deploy this particular algorithm over there. In that kind of a scenario, you need to like practice more questions. So I hope that answers your doubt. Okay, moving on to the next. Prefix sum and bit manipulations के लिए कोई बढ़िया curated resources. भाई prefix sum and bit manipulations के लिए, so prefix sums के लिए यार क्या लोगे? prefix sum is a pretty simple thing. वो तो एक सिंपल कोड ही है ना. prefix sum क्या है? मतलब you'll start from the zeroth location, keep adding it and store it in a DP array or in a simple array, right? Whatever you want to make call it. So that's a simple thing. I don't think there needs to be a resource for this, or either you want to say something else but you are not able to convey your message properly. For bit manipulation, I do have a video on the channel. You can try that. So you can go on the channel, and there would be a video by the name of bit manipulations. So I've discussed the basics over there, but bit manipulations are actually discussed, you know, in a wider context, or yeah, they're explicitly used in case of DP, right? So they might be used for bit masking when using DP. So for such sorts of scenarios, the knowledge of bit masking is just an additional tool that would help you to get better at coding as a whole, right? So bit masking would be a tool rather than an algo that you need to prepare for. But there are a few tips and tricks that you can go on that video that I suggested on the channel itself, and that should help you. Cool. I hope that answers it. Okay. Can anyone join the Discord group? Please, guys, go and join the Discord group. Bhaiya, are you going to review the profiles from Discord? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So after all the questions have been answered, I'll be doing that. So like if you want your profile to be viewed, come on to Discord and just at least give a ping over here, right? So if you give a ping over here, I'll be able to see that okay, you guys need a like you guys want to see a want to get your profile reviewed, so that would help. Yeah, ये review कर दो. Did you send something? Are you saying? I don't see a message from your end. If you want me to review something, you can send it over here. Cool. So for some questions, I can prove it intuitively, but mathematically, how to do that? Okay, so like similar doubt was asked, I guess, a few days back on the Discord server as well, and I told him that we are programmers or coders and not mathematicians. So the point is that you can do all sort of things if you want to do that. Like you can start studying whatever you want, and you can even study that book by Kenneth Rosen. I guess it's Kenneth Rosen that has a proper book on discrete mathematics, and then you'll be able to give formal proofs for questions, but it's actually not required. Now, when you say that you can prove it intuitively, so most of the time what happens is that after solving a fixed amount of questions or a certain amount of questions, you'll come to that particular scenario wherein you know that okay, this question can be solved in this way and your intuition is not wrong. So if that's the case, then it's perfectly fine, because no one is gonna ask you for the for a formal proof, unless and until you are sitting in a pretty, pretty niche company which is asking you that in the interview. So it's not gonna happen. So for CPA, it's perfectly fine. It's not required that you give a formal proof. Okay, वे क्या हाल है ब्रो? आयुष का सारा बढ़िया भाई, तू बता कैसा है? So this guy is a batchmate of mine or a classmate and a friend of mine from IT Roorkee. I don't know why he's watching the video. He's actually placed right. Okay. Varun Tej, I want to where I stand in place of placements and internships point of view. I have given a profile in the profile discussions. Okay. Got your point. What do you want to say? Let me see that after this. Okay. Check Discord also, please. I check that. Okay. Check my profile. We'll do that, bro. ओके, लास्ट में div 2 देख रहा था, आपका सी प्रीफिक्स सम था, नहीं कर पाया, काफ़ी था प्रीफिक्स के क्वेश्चंस नहीं बनने थे. Okay, so Pragnesh, what I'll say is that if you're not able to solve the prefix sum questions, right? So prefix sum is just a way to add the elements. So if you're not able to, if you're saying that you're not able to solve prefix sum, it's not that you're not able to solve prefix sum, but it's the thing that you're not able to intuitively build the solution. You're able to get my point. So like it's possible that I'm using a prefix sum, but on top of that I'm using some kind of binary search, or I'm using maybe I'm using a DP approach or a greedy approach. But the underlying approach that I'm using, the problem's happening over there. I hope that actually makes it clear, right? So it's not that you're not able to understand the, yeah, like you're not able to understand prefix sum, but you're not able to understand the thing actually required. That is the additional algorithm that is being used. Now that's going to come with practice. Now if you are okay, so if you're not able to solve a particular question, what you can do is try to see the solutions, or try coming to this channel and watch the solution, right? And then still, if you have a doubt, you can come over here in the CP doubts, and you can post your question over here. Like if I just want to show you, so people actually ask a lot of questions, so they keep putting questions that okay, solve this, and this is the doubt I'm having, this is the doubt I'm having. So I try to give most of my time over here. Like I really hope that I'm able to help you guys, because that's the dream. So what I do is that if you post a question, I try to explain you that where you were going wrong, and how you could improve it. Okay, so I hope that clears. Bro, could you please do a video about memory limit exceeded for one video? Yogomit, can you mute your mic? Anyway, okay. So, bro, could please do a video about memory limit exceeded for one question today? I got memory limit exceeded. Oh, let me explain it right over here. It's not a big thing, right? So give me a second. Let me open my iPad. Cool, it's open. So see, the thing is that whenever you are solving a problem, right? So there could be two things. So this is a main method. I don't know why I always write it like this, but anyway. So you could use some constant space complexities. So that could be like you're using some integers or some characters or some floating points. So these would take order of one complexity. So most of the times these won't be a problem of like a issue. The issue would occur when you're using something like a vector, or I can say when you're using arrays. Most of the time when you're using arrays or sets which are going to contain elements. So whenever you are using a container, at that time the issue occurs, right? So generally, let's just keep this discussion limited to arrays, right? So you can have 1D arrays, or you can have 2D arrays, or you can have 3Ds or ND arrays. Now the way to calculate the space complexity of an array is that you'll need to multiply the size. So let's say I have a n into m array, so its size is also n into m, right? Now each of these elements, so you have n into m elements in it. Now each of these elements would take some bytes or take some space. Now its space, let's say it was taking, now n was let's say 10 to power 3, m was let's say 10 to power 5, so it becomes 10 to power 8, right? Now what is this? What is 10 to power 8? Now this is 10 to power 8 variables that you are using, or data types that you are using. Now let's say one data type, or let's say you is using maybe int, right? Now int, if I'm not wrong, takes 8 bytes or 4 bytes, right? Okay, so it takes 4 bytes. Now technically that means that you were using 4 into 10 to power 8 bytes. Let's break it further. So it is 4 into 10 to power maybe, okay, 2 into 10 to power 6. Now 10 to power 6 is called a mega, right? So it becomes 400 megabytes. So this is the space that your program was using. Now, when you are solving questions on code forces per se, I'll not say the same for like other platforms, but when you're solving problems on code forces, you'll be able to see tags over that how much space complexity is expected over here. So let's say this is the problem I'm trying to solve. So over here it's written that the memory limit per test is 256 MB. So if I'm exceeding that, then it's gonna fail, right? So then I'm gonna get a MLE. So yeah, that's the simple thing how it works. I hope that answers. If you still have a doubt, you can let me know. Okay, so this is done. Where is the link to join your Discord group? Let me share that. You can go to any of the videos and you'll be able to find the link. So you can go to the previous video that I uploaded, and in the pinned comment you'll be able to find the link. Or if there's anyone from the Discord server over here, can you please put the link over here? Okay, bhai, please guide me for having export. Please, मैं कहाँ गलती कर रहा हूँ? Bro, I'm not able to understand what you mean. Like, for having export. Bro, I'm really sorry, but I'm not able to understand. Can you like give me some more context so that I could probably answer this? Okay, many got Emily in Div 3D. What was the D problem? Let me see. Okay, this was the D problem, right? I don't know why people actually complicated it. It was an order of n solution. It didn't even require any auxiliary space complexity. I don't actually know what people did. So this was the solution, just a one-line solution, not even requiring. So when I say auxiliary space complexity, it is the or it's the space complexity you are gonna take instead of what's actually required. So you're already required to take a string over here and an integer, right? So other than that, I'm not taking any like extra space. So it doesn't even take extra space. Don't know what kind of logic people were using. Yeah, so one thing could be that they might be storing everything, right? Or every string possible. So yeah, in that case, it would become a n square. And just to tell you, what would happen is that n over here is 10 to power 5, right? So if you're trying to store everything, so it would be of the order of 10 to power 10. Now 10 to power 10 would become some GBs because 10 to power 9 is a GB. So it would become some GBs wherein the space complexity is actually limited to 256 over here. So anyway, even if it didn't give a MLE, even if they had provided you the required memory limit, then also you'll be getting a TLE for that. Okay. Okay. A lot of messages. Oh, expert, he was saying. Cool, got it. Okay. People want links to the channel. Let me see. Do I have a link? You guys can use this link to join the channel. Okay. CFID Mukesh. Okay, Mukesh, पहले आप भी करता रिव्यू यार. Bro, you want to reach an expert and you are solving 800 level problems. It's never gonna happen. Are you comfortable with like what I suggest is as a general rule of thumb, because I don't know what level of program problems you're comfortable with. I can see that you are pretty consistent from the past half a year, but I'll say that you need to solve problems that are of your level plus 200. So let me go over here. Let's put your name. Let's see. Okay, Mukesh V12. Okay. So you are already at ranking 1260. Your highest was 1454, right? So I'll say that you should solve more problems from around a 1400 to 1500 range. So right now you're solving these problems. That is the 800 problems. You should start practicing problem of this range which you haven't done, right? As soon as you start doing this, then your rating is gonna improve. I hope that answers. Okay. Okay. Export. They were generating substreams. Yeah, I already told that. So if you're gonna do that kind of a shit, then it's obviously gonna give you a MLE. Even if it wasn't not giving you ML, even if they had provided, let's say, even like 100 TBs of data like space to you, even in that case, it would have given a TLE. So it was never gonna pass as such. Okay, check Discord. Let's see. कहाँ तक कर लिया है, अब मैं चेक क्या करूँ पर। Bro, I'm gonna review the profiles, but I'm just checking for the doubts firstly, then I'm gonna review the profiles. Cool. Okay, सेट कर रहा था शुरू में, then दो characters delete करके, yeah. So yeah, Emily is gonna come, bro, because what you're doing is that you are gonna take n-scale strings, right? So in the in that particular set, you're gonna put n-scale strings. So as soon as you do that, it's gonna give you MLA. I already told you that your n is actually 10 to power 5. Now doing a n-scale logic means that you're gonna store 10 to power 10 strings or 10 to power 10 characters into that set. 10 to power 10 characters is definitely gonna give you a MLA. It's gonna be more than a few GBs. Okay, let's start with the profile review. Now, in what order should I do it? Okay, let's just check from here. Okay, so this is the first person, Marnavar. Okay, Marnavar, are you watching the YouTube stream as well? Okay, Marnavar, if you are watching the YouTube stream, just you could maybe speak something over here. I could answer it. Okay, got it. You can mute it now. Anyway, so Marnavar is saying, okay, Marnavar is saying that review is profile, but okay, he seems to be stuck at this level. Let's see how many questions he has solved. Okay. Interesting. Manohar, could you help me with one thing? Are you always able to solve the B question? Hey Manohar, you can text over here on YouTube or you can speak up over here. Else I'll start reviewing someone else's profile. Your voice is not coming if you're speaking something. Nope, no voice. Okay, you're typing. Yes, so my mic is not working. Yeah, so what I want to ask you is that, like, are you always able to solve the A and B questions? Or do you have problem solving A and B for Div 2, not for Div 3, but for Div 2? Solve B every time. And how long does it take you to solve the problem A? So last two round में गड़बड़ हो गया था 1 hour. Okay. So see, the first thing is that the way you're solving problems is actually great, but I see some less problems being solved in this particular range, right? So instead of doing 1700 or 1900, right now I'll advise you to stick with these problems. That is the 1200, 1100 range. Also, yeah, so YouTube fam and Discord wale, what I want to say is that if you are in this particular range, so you are someone who is able to solve A and B questions. Now there was a guy named Abhi, he had this doubt earlier as well. So anyway, now I'm gonna answer it. So one of the things that actually happens is that if you are in this particular range, that is from, okay, let me just go to code forces. Yeah, so if you're in this particular range, let's say below 1400 and somewhere above 1200 or 1400 or from 1000 to 1400, that then you are not actually competing. There's not actually a fair competition over there, because there are telegram groups which actively promote cheating, right? So if you are doing all that hard work and then you're trying to solve that question, so the other person would get the solution from telegram, and most of the time they actually post A, B and C, right? So that's one of the reason why your profile is actually not growing. Now, what's the way of tackling that? The only way to tackle that is that you need to increase your speed. Now, let's say a cheater takes maybe 30 minutes or 1 hour to solve that particular problem. So if you're able to do it in 3 minutes or maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes, then you'll be doing better than him. But if you're not able to do as good as him, then your profile is gonna fall. So it's you can say it's a blessing in disguise. Reason being big, like since they are already cheating, so they are definitely not learning anything. But you on the other hand, are not able to grow right now because of them. But if you keep grinding, then there would come a time where you'll actually be where you'll start solving C in a quick time or in a short span of time, and you'll also start solving D. So when that happens, your ranking would actually shoot. I hope that answers. Marnavar, that answers. Bro, you can text over here if you want. I know your mic is not working. Okay, if there are no questions, okay, so it's typing. Yeah, it's me Pranav, Mukesh V. So it's just me Pranav. It hasn't been long I started. I actually did lead code more often. So lead code is the thing I used to do. CPI recently started. Okay. So this is the profile for lead code, right? Yeah, the ranking dipped in this particular contest. Anywho, but the point is that code forces isn't something I used to do a lot. So I don't have a great profile over there. But I actually plan on becoming maybe master by this year end. So I've only performed a few questions. So yeah, this was the time when I was not working. Then my job started somewhere around here. So there are no contests, and then in January, or I guess on 1st of January, yeah, end of December, I started coding again. So just seeing a slight uptrend over here. I hope of becoming masters again. So if you want, you can check my profile. It's me Pranav on Code Forces. It's I underscore Pranav on Code Shift. Okay. Yeah. So in Code Shift, this is the profile I'm having, and on Lead Code, it's I underscore Pranav as well. ओके आई ट्रेडेड डीपी के लिए क्या कर सकता हूँ क्या करूँ div c and div to c and d. So Prashant, for iterative dp, what I'll say is that firstly you should be having a mastery or a complete control on the recursive dp. So once you are able to do that and you know how to memorize it, then slowly start from the basics. So you can start from the 01 knapsack problem, right? Like how do we do it in like a recursive thing, and why do we do it that in a recursive thing, and how like then how do we come up with the bottom up solution for the same. So start with a simpler problem, start with this, then you can try for lcs, lis and all this stuff. So in that you'll be able to build a foundation, and then after that start seeing all the questions that you have earlier solved with recursive approach and try to use the bottom up approach for that. Okay. So can you explain yesterday's f again, please? Okay. Yeah, Aditya, can do that if you want. What's your doubt per se? Like I can explain the entire solution again, but what's your specific doubt? कोई एक जगह दो प्रोफाइल्स गाइस नहीं है तो इधर से इधर भागते रह जाएंगे प्रणव भैया. हाँ भाई, कोई नहीं, मैं कर दूंगा वैसे तो, बट इट्स ग्रेट इफ यू कुड सेंड इट ऑन डिस्कॉर्ड इटसेल्फ, बट एनीवे आई एम गोना डू इट. अगर किसी के रह जाए तो लेट मी नो. Okay, review my profile. Roy, I'm gonna do it after the questions are over. Aditya Saxena, I already told like please tell me the specific doubt you're having. I'll try to explain that. Thanks for the awesome videos. Thanks, man. IDK. So I don't know. Yeah, thanks, man. Okay, thanks. So in which CF rating Google interview question will be? So, Satoshan, I cannot say in which CF rating because the questions can actually differ. So what actually happens is, if I want to explain that, so what happens is that if you're sitting for the interviews, so the interviewer will come and then he'll pick a question that, okay, this is the question I'm gonna ask you, and then you're gonna answer it, right? So the question, like the person who's asking a question would maybe if he's like too much into CP, then he's gonna ask from CP. Otherwise, he might even stick to lead code. But yeah, it's always good to assume that a person is gonna ask from CP itself, because so that you are actually prepared for it. So I'll say that solving CA or D should be enough. I won't expect a person to ask you from E and F. So yeah, that's the thing. And I think Google doesn't have the toughest exam per se, because all of these companies, if you consider the top companies, they have equivalent exams. So specifically tagging Google would be a overstatement, I'll say. But if you're comfortable with the, I'll say problem D of Dev 2, most of the times you're comfortable with that, and sometimes you're able to solve E if that's easy, then I think you should be good to go. Okay, sir, I'm not able to do 1500 plus rating questions. Kalka D2 and even E2 make observations when they use constructive algorithm. What to do? So Puneet, say, I'll really be honest with you. When I started coding, I didn't know anything, to be honest. So even C++ was a alien language to me. But as you start doing questions and with experience, things start becoming, easier for you, because intuition is nothing but your brain telling you that what to do based on its past experiences. So if you have solved a similar question in the past, then your subconscious already knows that how to solve it. Now the only point is that would it be able to recall it at that time, that what could be a like a good way of solving it. So that would depend on the number of questions you have solved and the times you have trained your subconscious. So that's how intuition works. So the only thing I'll say, or let's just point out two things that could help over here. So first is actually solving a lot of problems. Second is building your logical reasoning, right? So you can build a logical reasoning by ample number of things. Now they could be overkill, so I'm not discussing that. But if you want to do that, you can play Sudoku and stuff. So whatever actually stimulates your brain, you can start doing that. Okay. Mm, okay, that's done. I'm not able to do C in Dev 2. Bro, sees again. I already someone already asked it, right? For yeah. So Anirudh Mitra already asked it, but the general advice is to start doing more of greedy approaches and bind research questions. A lot of time these are actually asked in the C. Other than that, it's gonna come with practice and try solving more questions of that particular tag. So, but anyway, if you want, then you can replay this video. I've already answered the out of Anirudh in a bit more detail. Okay, Mera Rag, it's on Discord. Yeah, I'll do that, bro. Don't worry. Your doubt is remaining or what? Okay. Okay. I guess Marnavar is Puneet, right? So, Marnavar, I hope that answers. Okay, let's check for the Discord doubts as well. So, I want to know about DP. About what is DP and how. Okay. Okay, got it. So, Abhay, you are here, right? Yeah. Okay, so what is DP? So DP basically means dynamic programming. Now it's actually pretty fancy word, I'll say. It's just about memorizing things. So let's say I ask you to do a particular task T1, right? You do it for me. Then you start doing some other work, and then I ask you to do the particular task T1. Now let's say the task T1 only requires you to do some stuff and then to tell me the answer for that. So if you have already done it, would it make sense for you to again solve that particular problem and then tell me the answer? It always obviously won't, right? We are humans and not donkeys. So the entire motivation is that once you have already performed something, you should just remember it, that okay, you have performed this, and so you'll be able to give me the correct answer without wasting your time again solving it. So a very easy example to, just don't want to waste a lot of time over here, but if you just want an easy example, so the best example to give in case of DP is actually the Fibonacci series. So I hope you know what a Fibonacci is. So f of 2 is or let's say f of n is actually f of n minus 1 plus f of n minus 2, right? So let's say I want you to calculate f of 10. So you say, okay, f of 10 is equal to f of 9 plus f of 8, right? Then you'll say, okay, what is f of 9? F of 9 is f of 8 plus f of 6, right? Then f of 8 is something. So it is f of 8 is f of 7, f of 6, and 7 would be 5 and 6. Oh, sorry, 5. Yeah, 5 and 6. 6 would be 4 and 5, right? So on and so forth, right? So once you have this answer, like you know what is f of 5, f of 4, then you'll be able to answer f of 6 as well, right? Now you'll again say what is f of 5, what f of 5 is f of 4 and f of 3. This doesn't make sense to do because you have already calculated f of 5 over here. So you'll say that, okay, I already know what is f of 5. Now you coming back, you'll know what is f of 7. So you say that, okay, let's calculate f of 6, but you have already calculated. So utilize it again. You'll come back. You'll say that, okay, now I know what is f of 8. You'll come back. You'll now say that, okay, I also need to calculate f of 6. Oh, sorry, it had to be f of 7 over here. But you'll say that, okay, I'll already calculate f of 7, so you can utilize that. Need not calculate it again, right? Then you'll come back. You'll say that, okay, I have f of 9, but I need to calculate f of 8, right? but you have already calculated f of 8 over here. So you'll say, okay, I can utilize that, no need to compare again, and then you'll have f of 10. Now technically, you might ask that what's the benefit of doing it, right? You actually save a lot of time while doing this, because if you wanted to do it this way, then this would have been a big tree, right? Every node would have two edges, and it would have spanned all the way to down till down. But since you are memorizing the values, so it becomes easy. Away, that answers it, I guess. But don't worry, probably tomorrow or day after tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm thinking to have a session of mathematics. So probably day after tomorrow, I'll be discussing like DP. Cool. Abhi, are you from a different branch? Just curious. Okay, sir, intuition नहीं आया question का. आदित्य सक्सेना भाई. Okay, bro. I don't know which level you are at right now, but if you are like if div two like if div 3 is rated for you, then definitely you are below expert level. So it's completely fine if you're not getting the intuition for F. Although I'll suggest, if you're not able to get the intuition for that, try solving some more questions on maybe bit masking. Right, bit masking is one thing you can target, and on brute force approaches as well. So that should help, but it's completely fine. F is I don't expect people to do F if they're already in Div 3. Well, bhai, please give some advice on projects. Also, Ujala. So it's gonna depend on case to case basis. It cannot be a single size fits all kind of a scenario. I'll need to see your CV or your college or experience and your like maybe the profiles and what you're targeting. Only then I'll be able to give a good advice over there. Are you working now or not? Yes, bro, I'm working. Sad life. Yeah, but actually I enjoy my work, so yeah, good life. Okay, genius. Okay, I'm practicing a lot problems, but not improvement in contact. Please, contest. Please help. Genius, can you share your profile, please? Only then I'll be able to help. Bhaiya, I'm in the second year. I have wasted 1 year. I wanted to have 4-5 star on CodeChef by third year, and what should be? Bro, I never coded in my BTech. I started coding my MTech, so hardly matters, right? You'll be able to do great if you can actually give the grind it requires. Your roadmap should be that firstly stop thinking that how to start and start it right over there itself. Right? So you can start from CodeChef. So from CodeChef, what would happen is that there's a diff for every time, right? So in CodeChef, you have different buckets. So diff 4 is actually pretty easy. Now doing diff 4, you will definitely be able to solve at least a few questions. So that could be a good thing, because you'll not feel demotivated after you solve a question and you're not able to find the answer for it. Come to the channel or come to the Discord server, put your question over here in the CP doubts, and then you can ask how to solve it. So that would help, right? And then once you start solving, only then I'll be able to actually give you advice, right? That how you can improve and what are the topics you need to study. Because right now, even if I tell you, so if you want, there's a roadmap video on the channel itself. You can watch that, and that actually covers all the topic in detail. So yeah, that is one thing you can. Yes, please start giving contests if you want to be a 4 star or a 5 star. Sorry if I repeated questions. How much time to give before seeing solution? Yeah. So if you want to it actually depends on the level you are at and the level of question you're solving. So let's say you are a person who's at 1200 level, and if you're solving a 1800 level questions, first you shouldn't even be doing that, because that's way too high above your level. But even if you're doing it right, so it might take you even like 40 minutes or 50 minutes. But if at 1200 you're solving a 1200 problem and it's taking you more than half an hour, then you should go and watch the solution. Okay, or in general scenario, I discussed this in the previous session. So the general scenario is that try drawing a graph. If that particular if the time is going beyond a specific range, then most of the times you're not able to solve it, right? So let's say a particular range question takes you maybe 20 minutes, and you know that after 1 hour, even if you keep sitting at it, then only in 10% of cases you'll be able to solve it, right? So if it has already been 40 or 45 minutes, go and see the solutions. That's a general kind of like advice I could give. Okay, a lot of time stuck in 807, did not get pupil. What do I need to do now? Bro, practice. That's what I can say. No jadoo mantra over here, so you have to practice. So okay, क्या बोला said life. नहीं भाई कुछ नहीं बोला मैंने. So yeah, the person actually asked if I'm working or not. So yeah, I'm working and it's going amazing for me. Cool, amazing, thanks bro. Profile, bro, I'll definitely do that. Please help. Like, let me just get finish with the doubts, then I'm gonna review the profiles. There are actually a lot of profiles to be reviewed. Yeah, so I'm gonna review all profiles. Just give me some time. Let's get over with the doubt first. According to you, after this layoff and all, how much difference will it make in coming on campus recruitments? By the time from DTU. Okay, so being honest, the layoffs are definitely something we cannot, we can't just say that we can avoid it or it's a small thing that's happening. It's definitely a pretty big thing happening, right? And you know, the sad part about that is that everyone is being affected. Now, considering that you're still in college, I don't think you know a lot of people who got affected. But I, being from this tech industry right now, I actually know a lot of people and a lot of friends who were affected by this layoff. Now, it definitely, is going to change some of the scenarios, but all of these things are going to get on a good track again. So, coming 2024, I'm really hopeful that 2023 might be not that good of a year that we had earlier expected it to be, but 2024 is definitely going to be good because in 2022, post pandemic, all the companies did massive hiring, right? So I'll not name this company, but this company's name starts with G and ends with E, right? Now this company was hiring at such numbers that at a point I know some of the people they didn't even want to go over that, right? Especially the cloud division because they were massively hiring, right? And when a company is massively hiring, it's kind of a signature that either they are gonna like blow up big time or they're gonna do something really significant, or at the end of the day they'll realize that they have overhired and they are gonna be massively offs. So that's one of the things that actually happened. But yeah, don't worry, things are gonna get back to normal soon. Okay, sir, I asked a question yesterday in Discord about Passion phone and I missed the edge case and you found it like in a few minutes. How did you do that? Common sense maybe. What I mean is that, okay, so for that particular question, if you had seen your own function, that you would have realized it itself because you were not even considering. So you're converting strings to integers and then to strings, right? So the leading zeros would obviously get truncated or would get deleted, right? So I'll say that such things would come not with just practice of questions, but actually debugging the questions on your own. Because I have been in scenarios where when I just started coding, so there were scenarios where I used to spend maybe like even 2 3 hours or even a day debugging a single problem, not knowing where I'm going wrong, right? So that kind of a grind actually helps over here. Now because I already had gone through a lot of questions of my own or on my own code and my friends' codes, etc. So I'm able to dig the solution a bit faster. Now, same thing actually happened to me as well. I was able to solve A to F yesterday, but I actually got stuck on B. And I did some investigation post the contest, and then I was able to realize that why it was giving an undefined behavior. So that thing, that thing would come with time, but it's required that you keep debugging on your own. And before you ask someone the doubt, make sure that you have actually debugged it a lot and lot on your own itself. And then when you are truly frustrated, only then go for asking others. I hope that answers. Practice which type of problem? Bro, that's a question out of context. I definitely need some more help from you regarding this question. Okay, what to do for practice CSES or CF? Bro, a lot of people actually advise CSES. I have not gone through it, so can't advise you on that. You might want to stick to CF. The only reason I feel is that CF actually has a great community. And if you're already over here, and I'm assuming that if you are on the Discord server as well, so we people actually are high on CF, I'll say, right? We actually do a lot of CF and stuff. So it's not like right now there are a lot of resources. So choosing the resources is not that of a big deal. Rather, choosing the right set of people or being with the right set of people who have a aligned goal is more important, right? So if you are around with people who are already solving CF, then it's good. Or if you're in a college community, you have a group of friends who are doing CSCS, then stick to that. वायरिंग प्रोसेस और डिफिकल्ट नहीं हो जाएगी, क्वेश्चन डिफिकल्ट एंड ऑल, इतने को निकाल दिया आप सबको थे, तो आई गेस नहीं करेंगे. सी सॉरी द थिंग इज दैट व्हाट हैपेंस, so if you take the example of Google or if you take the example of Meta, so yes, they overhired, but the main reason of firing them was actually investor pressures, right? So investors are the people who have actually invested in the company and they actually want you to, make good profit or reduce your expenditures. Now, when you fire people, your expenditure reduces on book, right? Because a developer is actually not an asset to the company. Now, when I say asset, I mean on bookish terms or financial terms, he's not an asset to the company. He's rather a liability. So as soon as you fire a developer, he gets written off from your book, and the amount of expenditure or liabilities on the book decreases. So it's just a trick to make your investors happy, right? So that's what they did. Now, making the hiring process difficult is a overstatement, I'll say. Like, a bit you can expect something of this sorts a bit in this year, but not in the next year, because the people who were fired from these companies, may it be Microsoft or Amazon or Google, Meta, they already got good jobs, right? These are not the people who will be struggling for jobs. So those people who got from some company got placed in the other company. So that's not a problem. For you guys, this year might be a bit tough because of the ongoing hiring freeze and stuff, but it should get normal the next year, I guess. Okay, sir, can you review my profile? I joined a bit late. Yeah, Preetham, no problem. Actually, right now we were just discussing doubts. And now the doubts are over, so I'll start discussing profiles now. So I'll not be taking doubts from now. I hope all the doubts were resolved. Just for a minute, if anyone has a doubt, let me know. सोचा था इस साल गूगल के कोडिंग कंपटीशन में पार्टिसिपेट करूंगा लग गए sorry, don't worry actually. One thing, start coding. If you have a good coding profile, I'll get you the like the referral for Google. I'm giving you my words, so if you want that, I'll get you that. But just start coding, have a good profile. Okay, lot of time I stuck. 807 did not reach pupil. What do I need to do? Practice which type of problem? Which rating problem should I practice? Okay, so if you're stuck on 807, you're definitely not able to do A well, right? So you should do the problem 800. Obviously, you should do 800, but other than that, you should solve from 800 to 1100. I'll say. So this is the range you should be targeting. So from 800 to 1100 is your target range. You should start solving problems in this range.
Is the meeting still going on?
Yeah, it's still up, bro. You're not on the YouTube channel, Prerak? Prerak, are you on the YouTube channel? Cool, never mind. Okay, so one more question. I used to admire Microsoft a lot because literally everything, work-life balance, CTC, etc. But now after noticing what kind of people get selected in it, they aren't worth it. But compared to other companies like Google, Microsoft has from Engage, that they find the shortlist based on the GPAs. Okay, so Razel, okay, so when you're talking about the GPA, so yeah, Microsoft is a bit different over there. So what Microsoft does is that I can actually speak for IITs, right? I'm not really sure about how it goes in private colleges. So in IITs, it shortlists based on based on CGPA. That's true, but they also have OS. But at the end in the interview, they're definitely gonna ask you coding itself. So at that particular time, it all becomes normal, right? So let's say in the process of Google, you are able to get even with a CGPA of 7. In Microsoft, you won't be able to do that because Microsoft requires you to have a good CGPA. Mine was 9.33, right? But in the interviews itself, they're gonna go ask you questions. That would be of coding, and that would be of equivalent level that Google or Microsoft, like Google or Amazon, are gonna ask you. So then it doesn't really makes any difference. But yeah, there are a few differences which I cannot talk, obviously. But it's not like it's not a good company. It's definitely a great company, and you'll see the best minds over here. Cool. Microsoft feels much more overrated than literally. Cool. No worries. Everyone's bound to their opinion. So cool. Okay. पहली मेरी check करना please. बहुत time हो गया. Yeah, sure, Anirudh. I got your name. I'll the first profile I'm gonna check is yours. OMG, हाँ कोडिंग प्रोफाइल दे रखी है, अगर पसंद आए तो आज ही दे दो SFT के रेफरल. No worries, bro. You can like me over here. Just give me a DM on Discord. I'll check your profile. And in Code Forces, I noticed DP usually starts after 700 plus rating and graph way ahead. So if I know I will be stuck at specialist amount of time, will you recommend to do anything lead code in parallel for? Yeah, so I actually have covered this thing a lot of time, or maybe like in all of the covered before. So the best thing to do is that start doing lead code along, because when you're doing lead code along, you'll be able to do all of these things like linked list, graphs, DP and stuff, right? But on code forces, since it relies heavily on intuition as well, so till the time you'll come to graphs and stuff, it's actually gonna be late. So you should do both. Okay, you go for code chef or code forces. Code forces all the way, bro. It has to be code forces. अजीत हो गया भाई, बहुत बार भेज दिया. Cool. So yeah, it has to be code forces because it has a better community. Sir, please review my profile. Okay, so now we are gonna review the profile. The first profile I'm gonna review is of Anirudh Mittal. Anirudh, where's your profile, man? Yeah, for sure tomorrow, man. MD Nihal, I'm gonna tomorrow for sure. Okay, Anirudh, where's your profile? Uh, Anirudh, are you gonna send it? Else I'm gonna take someone else's profile. Oh, bro. Anyway, uh, check the YouTube. Okay, invite this stream. Yeah. Bhai, मैं Anirudh. Oh, cool. I see. Okay, yeah, bhai. Got it. Your name is different than the handle you are having. Just let me know. Oh, you are Gangadhar, right? Yeah, I remember you. Cool. So, okay, this is your profile. Let's check for the questions you have solved. Okay. Okay, so this is Anirudh. And what's your target, bro? Like, what level do you want to reach? Anirudh is not replying, so let's just assume. So Anirudh wants to reach. Okay, D by what level is D? Like, I really don't know what D level is. Okay, so problem D. Okay, cool. So like it shouldn't be talking in terms of problems. What I'll say is that you should rather talk in terms of ratings, because if you are really a slow coder and even if you're able to do D, then sometimes the person who's just able to solve C would actually have a greater rating than you. So I'll say that you should start, talking in terms of that. Okay, anyway, so problem if you want to solve. So I'm just assuming that you're talking of somewhere around 1400 range, right? And right now, okay, so this is your profile. Yeah. So right now the problems you are solving is of a slightly lower level. Your current rating is also low, so it's 950. So it's around 1000, right? So you are on the right track, it seems from here. Anuradh, how long has it been you have started solving problems, or this particular level of problems? How long has it been? Uh, Anirudh is taking time. Anirudh, you can actually speak up if you're on Discord already. Dev के according difficulty vary करेगी F4 की D. Okay. I don't know why there's a lag over here. If someone has a clue about this, please let me know, or please guide me sensei. But I don't know why there's this of a lag over here. Okay, so from CodeChef and Code Forces, right? There was a great website to actually compare it. I don't remember the name. So which actually compared the rates. Now I'll say obviously Code Forces ratings are harder to get. So like in my case, right? Okay, let's just consider my case. So this is my profile I'm having. Let's just see this. There was another profile which could actually compare the hardness level or the toughness level or rating levels of different platforms. So over here I'm 2062 on CodeShift, I'm 2228 on lead code, and I'm 1754. So over here these are the highest ratings, right? So you can say that getting lead code ratings are comparatively much easier. In case of code forces, it's the toughest on all of these three. Now, if you consider ad coder too, then you'll say that it's toughest in case of ad coder, but I don't do ad coder, so I'll just be sticking to these three, right? So code forces rating are, have a more weightage for one of the reasons that they're tough, right? CodeChef is comparatively much easier. Also, the competition in code forces is comparatively pretty big. Now, why I'm saying that? So let me just show you something. Okay. So over here, what you can see is that the country rank is 566 at 2062 rating, right? However, the global rank is 1142. So you can clearly see the difference over there, that not a lot of foreign participation is over here, right? But in case of code forces, there's a lot of foreign participation. There are a lot of people from Russia, Ukraine. Yeah, shouldn't be naming them two together, but yeah, there are a lot of people from the US, from the Middle East, and whatnot. Right? So, or from China, there are people from every country over there. So that's one of the reasons there's a better competition over there. The question, like the question level is also good. The kind of stuff they provide is also great. And one more thing is that CodeChef has now become more of a profitable company, or more of a company that's targeting profit, right? So even their solutions etc is now paid. Okay, चालू रखो भाई, क्या चालू रखूं? Okay, that means like you're gonna help providing links over here or what? Like, I didn't get it, sorry. So if you can tell me that. Okay, in Jan I solved 1300, then Feb 1400, then March 1500 every month. Feb में 1400 नहीं कर पाया cause exams. Okay, no problem, Anirudh. What I'll say is that you are not able to move above 1000, right? So there could be two reasons for that. One reason is that the time you are taking is pretty long for the problem A and B. If that's the scenario, then start solving A and B first, right? Although general advice is that always solve n plus 200, where n is actually your rating. But in your case, if you're already solving those many questions and still you're not able to grow, then probably you're taking a lot of time to solve A and B itself. So start to do more of those. Once you're able to solve them, then you'll be able to grow, right? So like sometimes what happens is that the advice that would benefit other people might not benefit you. So that's the particular case. Then you need to solve A and B in such a way that you're able to quickly solve them and increase your delta. लग हो रहा था ना, आप चल रखो, सब सही चल रहा है. Okay, yeah, got it, bro. Thanks. Okay, so let's get back to stream. Okay, a lot of questions we got for. Okay, this is answered, I guess. This is answered. Okay, this is already answered. Please don't spam Ajit. Okay, not Dipanshu, who have got a bit. Bhai ho gaya. So please review the profile. So please, code forces 1200, code shift 6. Okay, cool. Okay, great. Let's review the profiles. So I'll start from. Okay, let's start from not Dipanshu. Cool. If I'm gonna miss someone, please ping again, and I'll definitely use this profile, or I'll definitely review his profile. But if I miss someone, I'm sorry for that. Please let me know again. Okay, not Dipanshu. But if you're not Dipanshu, who are you anyway? So the heat map looks kind of fine. You have solved a lot of problems from 1200. And what's your current rating? Okay, got it. Best rank is 2038. Worst rank is pretty big. Max up is 355. You went to. Okay, got it. Let's look at profile over here as well. Okay. This was kind of going fine. Then you had a blunder over here. So let's assume you're like, if you had not committed this particular blunder, then you would still be trending in this particular range, that is 1250, right? So as per 1250, you're not solving the right problems. You need to solve these problems. It's just solving 1200 problems, you'll definitely not be able to grow. From 1250, I'll say start solving 1400 or 1500 level problems. Only then you'll be able to see some, upward trend in your graph. Hope that answers. Teslastic. Okay, sir, please review profile. Okay, Anubhav. I'm gonna review your profile now. Okay. The only reason of opening code forces along is that I just like to see that particular graph, so how your graph is growing and stuff. That's more visually appealing, or it visually provides you more data. Uh, Zero. So you've just started. I'll say the graph is neat. I cannot advise you anything because the number of problems you have solved is actually not that much, right? So start solving problem, but yeah, you are on the right track. So right now, being at 1240, start solving problems from 1400 to 1500 range. This particular 1500 right over here, and you should be able to see some good growth. But the profile looks good as of now. Okay, Aditya 7843. I think Aditya is one of the most loyal sub. I see his message a lot of time. Thanks for the support, Aditya. Okay, okay, Aditya, this is your profile over here. Let's check it over here as well. Okay. Oh, interesting. So yeah, there's some problem in your profile why it's not getting upward trend where you are like you are consistent from a pretty long time now. So you are at 1,000 approx, right? And what's the problem you are solving? So hmm, why not able to grow? Aditya, are you on the Discord channel as well? Aditya, if you are here, can you just speak up in case you are here? हाँ सॉरी, डेफिनेटली इसके बाद मैं वही वाले रिव्यू करने वाला हूँ. जस्ट वांटेड कि आदित्य एक बार बोले. Aditya, if you are on Discord or anywhere, just let me know. I'll definitely help you out because you have been practicing a lot and still you're not able to grow. So I'll definitely need some answers. So the answers could vary from like what's your problem or how long it takes you to solve A and B and stuff. So I'm definitely gonna help you out. And if we are not able to help you out today itself, you can ping me and I'll have a separate discussion with you. So yeah, I see private messages, direct messages. I don't know what kind of like it could be some stuff people don't want to reveal. So I'm not gonna open this, but I'll see it post the session. But Aditya, for you, definitely let me know. Okay, Belarus, China, Russia, Ukraine, yeah, bye. Okay, ठीक है बनी दो. Need a session on range queries. Anonymous FTW on range queries. If by range queries you mean simply segment queries, then well and good. It's gonna come soon. If you mean like lazy segment tree, so that might take a few more days. But yeah, they're gonna come soon. Pretty anyway. Okay, let's get back to Discord. So Discord पे किस किसकी प्रोफाइल रिव्यू करनी थी. Okay, LCK, this is right. Let's start from the beginning. Let's start from the very beginning. Okay. This profile is reviewed. Are you still here? You want your profile to be reviewed? Just unmute yourself. Don't say anything. You want your profile to be reviewed. If you're still here, just checking on you. Okay, someone texted. So install CF Analytics. Sure, Yogomate, maybe next time. Okay, Prada is probably not over here. Let me go to the next profile. Okay, Prada is here actually. Yes. Cool, let's review your profile then. Just curious what your actual name is. It cannot be Prada. Okay, so it's Prashant Dhaka. Sorry if I pronounced your name incorrectly. Really sorry for that. Okay, so okay, let's check. So over here you are able to solve questions, right? Let's check for the type of questions you're solving. So you solve linked lists, simulations. I see that the hard problems you have solved are pretty limited, right? And how are you doing in the contest? So you're able to solve 2 or 3 problems most of the times. But being honest, do you cheat? Like, just be honest with me. I'm not gonna judge you. Just wanted to know so that I'm able to give you a good advice. Do you cheat in the contest? Are you those Telegram people? Is the yes for cheating or not? Like, I'm not able to understand. I'm not judging you, but just wanted to know so that I'm able to review it better. Parada. Okay, Prashant, are you here? Prashant is not speaking up anything. Hey Prashant, are you here? Okay. So there's a lag in the YouTube. Okay, got it. Cool. So there's some lag maybe. Anyway, so if it doesn't cheats and he's able to solve 3 4 problems, then probably, or 3 or 2 problems, then you are acting out on the hard problems. Now I'll suggest you to start solving these problems. Only then you'll be able to grow, right? So if you're not solving hard problems, then how would you expect yourself to actually solve the third or fourth problem consistently in the contest? That is something where you need to work at. Since you're always able to solve the first problem, I'm assuming, so you can take a bit easy on the easy problems. So these problems need not be explored that often. Start solving these problems more. Also, one thing is that I can see that your solutions are actually beating 90%, right? Now, I'm a CPP developer, but anyway, so the thing over here is that if you're beating 90%, so probably you're not giving it an optimized solution, because an optimized solution, if for every problem you're giving the best possible solution, then it should have been a 99% something, right? So the advice is that even if you're able to solve a question, try going to the discuss section and try to see the best solution over there. It is possible that the way you were solving it was actually wrong. It was having a higher time complexity, and just because the test cases were not that strong, your solution was passing. So that is one advice you can follow. Other than that, the graph as a whole looks great, but if you have a CF profile, I would like to review that. Prashant, do you have a CF profile which I could review? Yeah, good, Prerak, I got that. So anyway, well, you people who are over here, what I do is that when I say something, I'll just unmute myself and speak up over here so that you know what I'm doing. Okay, so Prashant is not replying, but Prashant, I hope you got the gist, like what I wanted to say. Other than that, I'll like to review a CF profile if we could do it later. But I hope this actually makes sense to you, that whatever I say over here, if you follow that, then I think that you should be able to grow. Now, the only thing is that looking at this, I know that you have solved 537 problems in total. But then out of this 537 problems, how many you solved in the contest itself, and like what was the exact level of difficulty? Because when looking at this particular, then I get different tags for difficulty, right? Looking at CF, they need 3 tags. So a problem could be just above easy, and that's why it got in medium. Yeah, Bandu, want to say something? There was a lot of ways. If you want to say something, just text over here. I'll try that. Okay, great, Prada. Okay, Prashant. Uh, Great, man. Actually solved a lot of questions yesterday. Let's see your profile. Mhm. Let's see this. Okay, I'm gonna cut this out. Cut this out. Okay. Yeah. So see the same problem here as well. So the problem I'm able to see over here, I'm able to see over here as well. So you're solving a lot and lot of problems of the easier difficulty, but you're not solving the harder problems. Focusing there a bit more. Your the like the graph looks fine. I'm not able to see that many problems of binary search per se, or of number theory. Like number theory is still fine because maths is a different topic altogether, so it's fine. But a binary search is something you should start doing if you want to increase your rating on code forces. And as a whole, right now I'm not seeing that many problems of DP or stuff. But considering that you're at this particular level, I'll expect you to start doing DP now, right? Uh, cool, Prashant. Take this as a yes. If you still have a doubt, let me know. Let's do the next profile. Okay, so this was reviewed. JavaScript 0 was reviewed, right? So anyway, let's move ahead. Iron Fist. Okay, this is my link. This is reviewed. JavaScript is reviewed. Varun Tech. Varun is here. Varun. Hello.
Yes.
Cool. Nice.
Hello.
Okay. Yeah, you can mute it. You can mute it. There's a lot of noise. I'm gonna mute you. Please mute it. There's a lot of noise that you're in. Okay. So this is Varun Tech. Man, you have just started. I don't know if I can review your profile because I don't have the required points over here or the data points that I would need to review your profile. But yeah, the graph looks fine. You are having an uptrend. Yeah, this was a long period, but it didn't solve any questions, so I cannot expect you to surge a lot. But yeah, the graph looks fine. You've just started, so I'll say practice a bit more. Let's just look at the if you have done any problem solving and stuff. Just go over there. Okay, one tech, one tech. See, so you haven't even solved a lot of problems, right? You haven't even solved 10 problems each time. So it's a overkill to review your profile. Other than that, I'll say that you should start grinding, right? And then maybe after a couple of weeks, we'll be able to review your profile better. Oh, that helps, Varun. Okay, Varun is typing. Let's see if he has a doubt. Lead pro profile. Okay, so you have also given your lead code profile. Wait a sec. Okay, Varun is over here. Varun is over here. Varun, where's your lead code profile? Bro, I don't have a lead code profile. Please mention it over here. Okay, got it. Okay, so I cannot say anything again about the contests over here. Regarding this, the question you have solved is 260. Considering 260 and that you have started, this ratio looks kind of fine to me. Focus a bit more on high for now, but yeah, up till now it's looking great. So looking at 250 questions, the problems you have solved look fine. Right now, at a bird's eye view or in just single glance, I feel that like the topics are less. You should have practice more questions, right, or more topics. But definitely, what you do is now this is not a generic advice, but in your case, if you want to do that, not this one, but of the code, you can go to my profile if you want to see all the topics that are available, right? So these are all the topics that you could have actually practiced, right? If you see some topics that you haven't practiced, right, and maybe you don't feel comfortable in them, then start doing those. But other than that, it feels fine. So just keep doing it and start giving more contests. I'll say that I can see that you have already solved 260 problems, but the number of contests you have given combined in CF and lead code is actually not great. So start giving more of contest, only then you will be able to compare yourself with others, right? So start doing that. Okay, how to join live Discord? Okay, Aditya. So this is for everyone who is watching. So what you need to do is come over here to the Pro Coders channel. You'll be able to see some text channels, right? So there are sections like general, work helps, planning, off topics, and it's some voice channels, and in the voice channels, study. So in the study room, you'll be able to join over here, and then you can unmute yourself, speak up the doubts you're having. Okay, hi, I want to talk how to. Yeah, already discussed that. Cool. Okay, any doubts over here? Suryavanshi Jaswal. Good night, bro. Okay. How to join live Discord? That's done. Okay, these are all the profiles, but let's do this profile and then we'll get to another profile from Discord and then back over here. Okay, so this profile looks fine. Okay, let's see. Bro, actually on the right, already solved 4 of like a lot of problems here. Now the thing is that sitting at, I'll say start practicing these problems a bit more, like the 1100 problems. In case you feel you're not able to solve these problems, the A and B problems in a small, in a fraction of time, or if it's taking a longer time, than expected. So A should be solved in max 5 minutes. Maybe. B shouldn't take you more than 10 or 15 minutes, right? So if it's taking you more than that, then at least start solving more of A and B. But yeah, as a whole, you are at the right track, and soon I think you'll reach specialist.
हेलो भैया।
हाँ भाई. Yeah, who's this? आदित्य. हाँ भाई. आदित्य
हेलो
here,
भैया।
right? हाँ भाई बता. हाँ भाई, sorry, I wasn't. Yeah, बता भाई.
आदित्य बोल रहा हूँ, आदित्य तुलसीकर।
Yeah, got भाई. बताओ.
मेरी प्रोफाइल रिव्यू कर सकते हो क्या फिर से?
हाँ हाँ बताओ ना. कहाँ पे प्रोफाइल?
आदित्य 7843।
ओके. आदित्य 7843.
हाँ
ओके. हाँ भाई, तो मेरे को एक बात बताओ यार. Since you have been consistent for a pretty long while, and even if your graph over here, okay, Aditya 7845, right? 7845 43 था क्या? 4. Cool. So even if I see a file over here, you're solving a lot of questions from 1200 range, still you're not able to grow, right? Now the practice looks fine to me. What I want to understand is कि भाई तू A और B easily कर लेता है आदित्य?
हेलो। हाँ
हाँ भाई, A और B हो जाते हैं easily.
हाँ, ए और बी हो सकते हैं इजीली।
कितना टाइम लगता
कभी कभी बी में थोड़ा टाइम लग जाता है, इसलिए रैंक थोड़ी सी कम आते हैं, मतलब 4000 या 5000 तक आ जाती है, ऐसा टाइप का होता है।
है? देख प्रॉब्लम क्या है यार, मैंने अभी पहले भी बोली थी चीज़ की ना, तुम्हारा कंपटीशन थोड़ा सा अनफेयर है चीटर्स की वजह से, ठीक है? चीटर्स की वजह से, चीटर्स से क्या होता है, वो सी
हाँ
तक कर लेते हैं आराम से, ठीक है? वो कॉपी कॉपी करके. तो देख इस लेवल में तो
ओके।
तुम काफ़ी टाइम तक रहोगे, बट उससे जब रैंक बढ़ेगी ना तो एकदम से शूट होगी रैंक. बिकॉज देख अभी क्या है, मान
हाँ
ले
हाँ।
इंडिया में 1000 चीटर्स हैं, ऐसे मान के चलते हैं कि 2000 लोग चीटिंग कर रहे हैं, ठीक है? अब वो सब लोग ए बी
हम्म।
सी सॉल्व कर रहे हैं, तक तू सी सॉल्व नहीं कर रहा, ठीक है? बट देन देयर वुड
हाँ
कम अ टाइम जब तू ए बी सी उनसे पहले सॉल्व कर लेगा. तो जब तू उन सेट ऑफ लोगों से जल्दी solve
ओके।
कर लेगा ना चीज़ों को, तो तेरी रैंक शूट होगी, बिकॉज वो तो कुछ नहीं रहे इस टाइम, वो सिर्फ कॉपी कर रहे हैं सोल्यूशन, ठीक है? तो सिर्फ
हाँ
तेरी रैंक
हाँ।
सॉल्व होगी. डेडिकेशन इज एडमायरेबल, तूने
और
काफी
भैया
सही काम
वो
किया है.
मैं अभी जो प्रैक्टिस कर रहा हूँ ना प्रॉब्लम्स,
हम्म.
वो ऐसे ग्रीडी इम्प्लीमेंटेशन और कंस्ट्रक्टिव ऐसे ही है।
वही करा तो
मतलब अभी
ए बी
तक
सीक्वेंस में.
मुझे डीपी और ग्राफ्स के वगैरह नहीं आते इतना।
नहीं तो देख क्या होने वाला है कि देख दो चीज़ें हैं ना. एक तो तेरी ये नॉलेज जो तू ग्राफ और डीपी वगैरह की हो तेरे को. द अदर थिंग इज व्हाट यू एक्चुअली
हाँ
रिक्वायर राइट नाउ इन योर एट योर. तो देख ए बी सी तक के लिए तो आई डोंट से कि देखो ग्राफ वगैरह रिक्वायर्ड है, ठीक है? बट इट्स
हाँ। हाँ
फुलिशनेस नॉट टू एक्सप्लोर दैट. तो मैं ये एडवाइस करूंगा कि भाई तू कोड फोर्सेस पे, सॉरी अपना लीड कोड पे भी कंटेस्ट दिया कर, उस पर ही प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर, उस पर ग्राफ वगैरह साथ साथ में करता रहे, दोनों चीज़ें साइमल्टेनियसली कर ले. समझ रहा है बात?
ओके।
अगर तू दोनों चीज़
हाँ।
साइमल्टेनियसली करेगा, ओनली देन इट्स
हम्म।
गोना हेल्प यू, राइट? एक तरफ से तेरी इंट्यूशन
हाँ
डेवलप होती रहेगी, कोड फोर्सेस वुड हेल्प यू टू सॉल्व ट्रिकियर प्रॉब्लम्स विद द हेल्प ऑफ इंट्यूशन, और विद द हेल्प ऑफ लीड कोड तेरा जो अगले कंसेप्ट हैं वो भी क्लियर होते रहेंगे, ठीक है? बट आई कैन गारंटी यू, ऑलमोस्ट गारंटी, बिकॉज तेरा काफ़ी एडमायरेबल नो प्रोग्रेस ग्राफ है इधर. तेरे को कोई भी हेल्प चाहिए होगी, यू कैन ऑलवेज लेट मी नो. आई एम डेफिनेटली गोना हेल्प यू बिकॉज यू आर
हाँ।
एक्चुअली.
और भैया
ठीक
वो
है?
ऐसा बहुत हो रहा है अब, मतलब क्वेश्चन देखते ही ऐसा फील आते कि ये तो होगा ही ना, मतलब प्रॉब्लम सी जैसे खोलता हूँ ना, मतलब करने से पहले की कर देता हूँ,
तू तेरा अगर मैं
मतलब वो
ग्राफ देखूँ ना,
कॉन्फिडेंस ही नहीं आ रहा।
अगर कॉन्फिडेंस प्रॉब्लम सी पे नहीं आना तो 1500 करना कर दे, 1400 1500 करना स्टार्ट कर दे, फिर आ जाए, ठीक है?
हाँ वही कर रहा हूँ, मतलब मैं अभी C2 लैडर से प्रैक्टिस कर रहा हूँ, मतलब चलेगा क्या वो, मतलब अच्छा
हाँ
रिसोर्स
हाँ
है क्या?
भाई देख, तो कोई भी रिसोर्स पकड़, एट द एंड ऑफ द डे क्वेश्चन करने का कॉन्फिडेंस तभी आएगा तुमने अगर सिमिलर क्वेश्चन देख रखे होंगे. अगर अभी मैं भी बैठ के डिव 1 का
हाँ
डी पकड़ लूँ ना, तो मेरे को भी कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं आएगा, मुझे पता नहीं लगेगा क्या है वो. तो दिमाग, मैंने वही
हाँ
पहले बताई
वही,
थी बात.
मतलब कोई कोई गिव अप ही कर देता हूँ मैं सीधा,
हाँ
मतलब
तो भाई
ये
वो
तो नहीं होगा फिर।
दिमाग की आदत है ना, दिमाग कभी भी नई चीज़ें पढ़ सकता है, वो ऑलमोस्ट सिमिलर चीज़ें पकड़ सकता है. तो वो धीरे धीरे हार्डनेस लेवल
हम्म।
बढ़ेगा, धीरे धीरे नए नए कंसेप्ट समझेगा, तभी कर पाएगा चीज़ें सॉल्व. समझ रहे? तो
ओके।
वो चीज़ पहले अभी
भैया
कौन सा
मतलब
ईयर
मैं
चल
अभी
रहा है?
4th सेमेस्टर में हूँ,
अरे चिल कर भाई, तेरा
तो
मैं तेरे को गारंटी दे रहा हूँ तेरा अच्छा जॉब लगेगा,
मतलब
ठीक है?
मुझे मतलब डीएसए वगैरह अभी चालू कर दूं क्या प्रैक्टिस
हाँ
करना,
हाँ
मतलब
तू कर
ट्रीज
भाई.
ग्राफ्स वगैरह वो लिट कोड होता है वो,
तू कर. देख तेरा ईयर
या
तक
फिर
मेरे को पता
सीपीए पे
चलेगा.
फोकस टू सारा?
नहीं नहीं देख, सब दो चीज़ साइमल्टेनियसली कर, दैट्स व्हाट आई एम सजेस्टिंग। लीड कोड करेगा तो तेरे को एटलीस्ट सब टॉपिक का एक ब्रॉडर आइडिया लग पाएगा, ठीक है। अब देख कोड फोर्सेस में
हाँ,
जैसे कोई नहीं पूछने वाला कि भाई सिंपल डीएफएस बीएफएस कर दो। डीएफएस बीएफएस पता है ना, ट्रैवर्सल
ओके।
एल्गोरिथम्स, ग्राफ में ट्रैवर्सल
हाँ, हाँ,
एल्गोरिथम्स
हाँ।
होते हैं, है ना। तो
और एक एक प्रॉब्लम है, मतलब अभी तक जितने में मैंने प्रैक्टिस किए है ना
हम्म,
कोड फोर्सेस पे,
हम्म,
वो मेजोरिटी मैंने ऐसे सॉल्व किया, मतलब हिंट्स देख के या फिर सॉल्यूशन देख के, मतलब
नहीं
ऐसे
नहीं
बहुत कम हो गए जो मैंने खुद से सॉल्व किए हैं।
नहीं, देख वो गलती कर रहा है तो वो मत कर। तो उसकी वजह से देख दो चीज़ें होंगी, एक तो तेरे को खुद का ना पता नहीं लगेगा। लाइक अगर मैं तेरा ग्राफ देखूँ फिर मैं बोलूँगा यार बंदा ने 1200 सॉल्व कर दिया या 1300 सॉल्व किए हैं इतने, तो ही शुड बी गुड एट 1300।
ओके।
नाउ इफ़ यू आर सेइंग कि तूने यार देख के किया है, तो उसका मतलब जैसे 1300 हो नहीं रहा ठीक से, ठीक है।
देख के मतलब थोड़ा हिंट्स,
हाँ
हाँ,
हाँ
ऐसे कर,
हाँ, तो
हाँ।
वही बात है ना कि अगर तेरे से 1300 नहीं हो रहा था बट मेरे को तो परसेप्शन मिल रहा है कि भाई हो
हम्म,
रहा था इससे, और कल को आफ्टर सर्टेन अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम तेरे को गलत परसेप्शन लग जाएगी कि हाँ भाई ये हो जाता है मेरे से। तो हिंट्स वगैरह तभी ले जब
ओके।
बहुत नेसेसरी हो। अगर तेरे को लगे ना ऐसे कि चल 1100 नहीं हो पा रहा तो हिंट्स लेनी पड़ रही हैं, ठीक है, या बहुत सारी हिंट
हाँ,
लेनी पड़ रही
हाँ।
है, तो फिर 1000 पे चला जा, 1000 कर ढंग से, फिर तेरा लेवल बन जाए उसका। समझ रहा है बात?
ओके।
ठीक है, जब बहुत सारी हिंट लेनी पड़े मतलब तुम अभी उस लेवल पे नहीं आ पा रहे हो। अगर तुम मान लिया ऐसे तूने
हम्म।
क्वेश्चन सॉल्व किए, 5 क्वेश्चन सॉल्व किए, ठीक है, और 5 के 5 में हिंट लेनी पड़
ओके।
रही है ना, तो मतलब है तुम नहीं आ पा रहे हो उस लेवल पे। हाँ, अगर 5 किए उसमें से 2-3 में ले रहे हो हिंट, 1-2 हो रहे हैं, तो प्रोबेबली थोड़े से और करके हो जाएगा
हाँ,
ठीक।
हाँ।
बट अगर काफ़ी ज़्यादा में लेनी पड़ रही है तो उसके नीचे वाले लेवल सॉल्व कर लो थोड़े से, ठीक है।
ओके भैया, और भैया अभी मतलब कितने क्वेश्चन तक आप सॉल्व करूँ मैं अभी इस लेवल पे?
+2 कर
सी
यार
डी तक
नहीं
ठीक है
नहीं,
क्या?
देख अगर ए बी हो रहे हैं ना तो सी तो कर ही कर।
हाँ, ये भी तो हो रहे।
सी तो कर ही
हाँ,
कर, कभी कभी डी ना एक्सट्रीमली टफ आ जाता है। लाइक वन क्वेश्चन आई रिमेंबर, आज भी किसी ने पूछा था, मैथमेटिक्स का क्वेश्चन था, वो बहुत ज़्यादा टफ हो गया, ठीक है।
हाँ।
तो एक काम कर लिया अगर
ओके।
मेरे को कॉन्टेस्ट का, आई रिप्लाई डेफिनेटली रिप्लाई, कॉन्टेस्ट का मेरे को मैसेज कर दिया करे कि भाई डी सॉल्व करूँगी ना करूँ, ठीक है, आई रिप्लाई,
ओके भैया, श्योर।
ठीक है।
और तो भैया थैंक यू, मतलब आपका कंटेंट मतलब काफ़ी हेल्प हो रही है मेरी।
थैंक्स ब्रो, कूल,
मतलब
टेक केयर,
कोई वो सीडी मतलब अपलोड ही नहीं करता यूट्यूब पे, आप अकेले करते हो, मतलब वो
कूल यार।
बहुत, और कंसिस्टेंट कर रहे हो, मतलब वो
आई
भी
एम
अच्छा
ग्लैड
है।
इट्स हेल्पिंग ब्रो।
हाँ, मतलब
चलो
आपको क्या मोटिवेट करता है, मतलब
यार,
बहुत लोग ऐसा जॉब लगते हैं मतलब छोड़ देते हैं सीपीयू, मतलब काम हो गया छोड़
यार
दो।
मैंने भी छोड़ ही दिया था, बट द पॉइंट इज देन आई रियलाइज्ड कि उतना कोई कंटेंट है नहीं है, जो कंटेंट है वो सारा पेड है। तो एवरी वन कैन नॉट पे राइट, और वो
हाँ,
पे भी बहुत ज़्यादा है कि किसी को
हाँ,
आज यूमनिक ने डाला है, सो या यूमनिक इज़ वन ऑफ द बेस्ट पीपल, बट कौन बंदा यार साल मतलब महीने का 10,000 रुपये निकाल के देगा उन लोगों को। तो दैट्स द
हाँ,
प्रॉब्लम
वो
राइट,
भी।
जस्ट वांटेड टू सॉल्व दैट कि हर बंदे को पे ना करना पड़े, फ्री कंटेंट अवेलेबल हो, दैट्स व्हाई आई एम डूइंग दिस। कूल,
थैंक यू भैया।
कूल भाई।
Can you please review my profile, Rashid underscore Aziz?
राशिद अजीज़, ओके भाई, एक
Yes.
मिनट भाई, एक मिनट भैया, मेरा कर दो, एकदम शुरू में डाली थी। Rashid, can I please review his profile because
Yeah,
there
yeah,
from the
sure.
start. Cool man. Sorry. Your name is sorry. Sorry, Saurin. Sorry, whatever. Sorry, Majumdar. So let's review your profile. The number of contests you have given 36. That's good. Let's have a look at your CP profile as well. Or CF profile. Hmm. Got it. Got it. Now, also let's look at the number of questions you have solved over here. So 669. Favorite number or something? Okay. So from this aspect, what I can say is that you are at 75 at lead code. Okay, Soren is over here, right? But over here I don't see growth, right? So probably you have now learned a lot of algorithms and stuff. Let's see how many questions are you able to solve, right? So you're always able to solve D, right? D and sorry, you're always able to solve the second question. You're sometimes able to solve the third as well, right? Okay. So okay. There's only 67 questions of DP and you're not able to solve D. That's weird. Soren, have you solved? Soren, you still here? Oh, I think he left. Cool. Anyway, I'll make a note to text him. Okay, give me a second. Okay, you're still here. See you over here in the study room. Anyway, Cool. So Soren, what I'm asking is that have you solved graph problems? Okay, you have not solved graph problems. Are you comfortable with DP? Because I can say you have solved 67 problems from DP, but are you comfortable with it? If possible, can you unmute yourself and speak up? That way it would be a bit faster. DP मैंने सही से सीखी नहीं है. Soren, start doing DP. I'll say because the KC पहले A भी जैसे हो ही रहे हैं, पहले 2 तो हो ही रहे हैं. तो you are getting stuck. You are comfortable with Hindi, right? Yeah, cool. Help के लिए. Okay, so see, the point is that you're already comfortable with the 1 and 2. So you're already comfortable with the greedy approaches. या छोटी छोटी जो चीज़ें होती हैं उसके साथ you're comfortable. Now for LC, so I'm going to talk of 2 aspects. One is LC, which is this one, right? And one is CF. So on LC, there's a lot of focus on DSA as well. So DSA तेरा weak है अभी तक, because you're not able to consistently solve third and you're never able to solve the fourth problem. तो उसके लिए start doing graphs, ठीक है? DP ढंग कर एक बार. So this should help for that. And for CF, okay, so for CF you're not able to grow. So I'm assuming that you're not able to do A and B in time, और C तो हो ही नहीं रहा. तो फॉर दैट कीप ग्राइंडिंग. अभी तेरा सी एफ जर्नी उतनी बड़ी है नहीं है कि उस पर मैं कुछ कमेंट कर पाऊँ इतना, ठीक है? सॉरी इन ब्रो, सो यू हैव नॉट इवन प्रैक्टिस्ड एनीथिंग, सो आई कांट डेफिनेटली कमेंट ओवर हियर. बट इफ यू आर प्रैक्टिसिंग दिस पर्टिकुलर 800 प्रॉब्लम, देन यू आर डूइंग द रॉन्ग थिंग. यू शुड स्टार्ट प्रैक्टिसिंग 1000. Okay, so your level is 1000, right? So you should start like solving 1200 level problems, 1200 or 1300 level problems. That Soren? Yeah, I understood. नहीं दे पा रहा था, मतलब that's why you're not able. I don't see a long graph over there, but yeah, this helps. Whatever I told you, if you're gonna follow this, then we can have a follow-up session next time. We can talk about that if it's helping or not. Soren, cool. And sorry, I didn't sent it in the starting itself. I was not able to view your profile early. Per se, one thing I
Bro,
was.
my profile. Can you
हाँ
check?
ब्रो श्योर, just उनकी हो रही है उसके बाद आई एम डेफिनेटली गोइंग टू योर्स, पक्का. CF में ज़्यादा नहीं दे पा रहा, और ऊपर से वन थिंग हैपेंड. ओके भैया, गाना वगैरह चल रहा है. ओके, या कूल ब्रो. सॉरी सॉरी, गॉट योर डाउट. आई होप दैट व्हाटएवर आई सेड यू विल गोना डू दैट. मेरे को फ्लैग लगा दिया. भाई चीटिंग मत कर फिर तो, ठीक है? दैट्स व्हाट आई एम गोना से. चीटिंग मत ही कर, उससे फ़ायदा नहीं होने वाला, नुकसान ही होगा, ठीक है? Oh, so were you the person who actually like had a comment on LinkedIn as well, that I uploaded video solution and yet they flagged me? So if that's the case, then just go and okay, nahi. But yeah, whatever the case, if you have not cheated, right, then at least ask them, mail them that you have not cheated. But anyway, long story short, just stay consistent and try to, you know, so in whatever the case is, just stay consistent. You are going to. I've already given you the best advice. If you missed out on some of those, you can check the video again. Cool. So 80_untold developer. Bro, can you okay, your profile is right over here. Great. Okay, so bro is getting to specialist. Congrats bro, you just got specialist. Okay, so what's the problem? Like the graph is consistent. Good work. Generally speaking, if people are actually grinding a lot, then I really feel that I should help them, right? So if you actually are grinding a lot, you can always DM me per se. Okay, so now you are at this
It's
level.
like मेरा improvement काफी slow हो रहा है.
भाई देख, improvement slow हो fast हो, हाँ, there can be tricks to improve that, like we can pick that up. बट स्लो इम्प्रूवमेंट से ना एक चीज़ होती है, लाइक इफ द इम्प्रूवमेंट स्लो तो वो परमानेंट रहता है, फास्ट इम्प्रूवमेंट परमानेंट नहीं होता. समझ रहे हो बात? अब तो इस लेवल पे आया ना धीरे धीरे, तो ठीक है. अगर तो इस लेवल पे पहुंचता तो डंप भी बहुत जल्दी आ जाता. आर यू एबल टू कोरिलेट विद व्हाट आई एम सेइंग? मतलब एक फायदा
Yes.
होता है स्लो इंप्रूवमेंट का ना, बिकॉज तुम्हारा बेस बहुत स्ट्रांग होता है. तूने जिस इस लेवल पे पहुंचा था ना, तूने बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन सॉल्व किए होंगे, समझ रहा है? यू ऑलरेडी वेयर यू आर गोइंग रॉन्ग. हो सकता है तू वापस आ जाए इस रेंज में, मतलब प्यूपिल में वापस आ जाए, बट देन यू डेफिनेटली आर गोना बम्प बैक टू स्पेशलिस्ट फॉर श्योर, बिकॉज बेस स्ट्रांग हो चुका है इस लेवल पे. बट नाउ लेट्स सी व्हाट वेयर आर यू गोइंग रॉन्ग, दैट ये स्लो क्यों हो रहा है. ओके, सो ये इसलिए ही स्लो हो रहा है बिकॉज तू प्रैक्टिस ही वो कर रहा है ना, तो प्रैक्टिस गलत कर रहा है. तू ये सब प्रैक्टिस करता रहा इतने टाइम में, ठीक है? यू शुड हैव प्रैक्टिस दिस रादर. तो तेरे को मतलब 1400 प्लस वाले प्रैक्टिस करने चाहिए थे, दैट वुड हैव बीन 1500 1600, ठीक है। या फिर अब तेरे को 1600 1700 लेवल के प्रॉब्लम्स प्रैक्टिस करने चाहिए। तू प्रैक्टिस वो कर रहा था, एंड तू ये देख रहा है तू ऑलरेडी इनको प्रैक्टिस कर रहा था, दैट्स द रीजन यू आर एबल टू रीच टू 1400 नाउ। अगर तू ये नहीं कर रहा होता ना, इसका ग्राफ तो बड़ा नहीं होता, इसका ग्राफ इधर तक होता तो शायद से नहीं पहुंच पाता। बट तेरा बेस्ट चीज़ पता क्या है, तेरा ना पिछले क्वेश्चंस की प्रैक्टिस बहुत ज़्यादा है, मतलब 50-50 तो है ही है सबके, राइट। तो इट्स हाईली अनलाइकली कि तेरा डंप आ जाएगा एकदम से, जैसे लोगों का आ जाता है एकदम से डंप कि भाई पंप हो गया, मतलब बढ़ गया पॉजिटिव डेल्टा आया, फिर एकदम से बहुत बड़ा नेगेटिव डेल्टा आ गया और फिर वापस नहीं जा रहा। दैट एक्चुअली हैपेंस टू अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल। तेरे केस में वो चीज़ की प्रोबेबिलिटी काफ़ी लो है, सो दैट्स अ गुड थिंग। मेक सेंस?
यस।
और कुछ पूछना है तेरे को?
नहीं, बस मतलब कितने एक रेटिंग के कितने क्वेश्चन कर लूँ मैं? मतलब एवरेज लाइक मैं 50 पकड़ के चल रहा हूँ अभी।
हाँ 50 इज़ गुड आई विल से। अबे देख, ऐसे कोई फिक्स नंबर नहीं होता, लाइक मैं नहीं करता प्रैक्टिस, ठीक है। तो कंफर्टेबल वाली बात होती है कि इफ़ आई एम एबल टू गेट कंफर्टेबल विद द टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चंस इवन आफ्टर आफ्टर लाइक सॉल्विंग 5 क्वेश्चन, देन 5 इज लाइक अ गुड लिमिट फॉर मी, राइट। दूसरे बंदे को हो सकता है 100 क्वेश्चंस लग रहे हैं, तो आई विल से डू इट टिल दिस टाइम जब तक तू कंफर्टेबल ना हो जाए। बट लुकिंग एट योर ग्राफ इट सीम्स आफ्टर सॉल्विंग अराउंड 40-50 क्वेश्चंस यू टेंड टू गेट कंफर्टेबल विद इट, राइट। सो इतने कर, क्या ही यार। अभी 16, अभी तो एक काम कर, नेक्स्ट वीक के लिए ना 1600 प्रैक्टिस कर, ठीक है। 1600 के ना जब हम नेक्स्ट मीट में, आई वांट दैट 1600 के तेरे 60 क्वेश्चन हो गए हो, ठीक है। इतना करके दे मुझे, कैन डू दैट फॉर मी?
या श्योर।
कूल ब्रो, 60
थैंक
क्वेश्चन
यू।
कर दियो, नेक्स्ट टाइम बात करते हैं इस बारे में, ठीक है।
या श्योर, थैंक यू।
कूल ब्रो,
Bia, can you take my profile?
श्योर ब्रो। सॉरेन, सॉरेन सेइंग ऑल द बेस्ट बोल दो, ऑल द बेस्ट भाई, बड़े दिन रही हो, ठीक। ओके सो हु वाज सेइंग, आई एम सॉरी, ऋषभ राइट?
Yes, my name is Rishabh.
या ऋषभ, डिड यू मेंशन प्रोफाइल ओवर हियर और इन द प्रोफाइल डिस्क्रिप्शन?
Yeah, I, I'll send it again.
नो वरीज, गॉट योर प्रोफाइल। So lead code or code forces or both?
Both if possible,
Sure,
otherwise code forces.
not a problem. Let's do both. Okay, so this is code forces. Yay, you're expert. Finally, I'm actually reviewing a profile of expert. Cool, man. Congrats.
Yes, thanks. So my doubt was like, I am unable to be consistent at this, like 1600 के ऊपर consistently रहना मेरे लिए थोड़ा सा टफ हो रहा है। तो मेरे को प्रैक्टिस किस लेवल पे करनी चाहिए? जैसे 1600 की मैं और सवाल लगाऊं या फिर लाइक
नहीं नहीं,
आपका क्या सजेशन
1600 के
रहेगा?
क्यों लगाएगा तू? देख, अगर तू 1600 रीच कर पा रहा है ना, तो इस लेवल पे है, देन आई से थोड़ा सा अबव ट्राई कर। इसके ऊपर 1700 तो हो रहे होंगे तेरे से, राइट? इट वोंट बी द केस
हाँ
कि 1700
मतलब
नहीं हो रहे होंगे। लेट्स लुक एट कि क्या कर रहा है भाई।
इस
1700 स्टार्ट कर लेगा, 1700-1800 वाली रेंज में स्टार्ट कर ले,
अच्छा
और तेरे से डीपी हो जाती है हमसे, मतलब ऑब्वियसली हो रही है एक्सपर्ट बनने
हाँ
में तो। बट
हाँ
डी क्वेश्चन हो रहा
लाइक
है
मैंने
इजीली।
स्टार्ट लीड कोड से करा था, तो लीड कोड से करा था तो डीपी यहाँ पर हेल्प तो होता है, पर मोस्टली जो नंबर थ्योरी वाले टॉपिक्स हैं और जो स्टार्टिंग के क्वेश्चंस उनमें स्पीड है वो मेरी थोड़ी सी वीक है आई थिंक।
यार मेरा भी एक्चुअली सेम सीन था, मतलब मैंने इतना तो नहीं किया, ये तूने तो बहुत ज़्यादा ग्राइंड किया है, मेरा इस लेवल का ग्राइंड नहीं था। बट आई ऑल्सो स्टार्टेड विद लीड कोड, राइट। तो व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड ओवर हियर, तो इस मेरी ऑलरेडी
अच्छा
प्लेसमेंट हो चुकी थी, ठीक है। ये मतलब,
हाँ आपका देखा था मैंने, वो 1700 सवाल आपने लीड कोड पे करे।
हाँ तो इस टाइम तो प्लेसमेंट हो भी चुकी थी, तो इट वाज लाइक आई वाज ऑलरेडी प्लेस, जस्ट चेक करना था कि कितनी जल्दी बंदा एक्सपर्ट बन सकता है। तो इट में एनालिसिस, ठीक है भाई, ये वाला मेरे
हाँ
में मिसिंग है। पर तो एक चीज़ देखेगा, ये जो रेंज होती है ना 1600 मतलब ऐसे 1550 टू 1650 वाली, ये पकड़े रखती
हाँ
है बंदे को, राइट। द
वो
थिंग
भाई
दैट गॉट मी आउट ऑफ दिस, अभी भी मैं नहीं बोलूंगा कि आई गॉट आउट ऑफ दिस, बिकॉज राइट नाउ आई एम कितना 1750 के आसपास हूँ, ठीक है। अभी 100 ही ऊपर हूँ, बट स्टिल थिंग दैट हेल्प्स ओवर हियर इज एक्चुअली अप सॉल्विंग। सो +1 +2 अप सॉल्व कर, जैसे सी हो रहा है तो डी और ई अप सॉल्व कर अगर। और इट्स पॉसिबल ना कि देख तू ऑलरेडी मेरे से कितना 100 नीचे है, अभी 100-150 के आसपास नीचे, राइट। सो इट्स पॉसिबल कि मैं
हाँ
तेरे से सी तक सॉल्व हुआ है, मैं सिर्फ डी की वीडियो डाल रहा हूँ इन दैट केस। और देख ई की
हाँ
वीडियोज आई डोंट एक्सपेक्ट कि लोग डालेंगे, तो इन दैट केस या तो मेरे को परेशान
हाँ
कर दे ढंग से कि भाई बनाओ, मुझे नहीं पता, बनाओ, ठीक है। आई ऑल्सो ट्राई कि बनाऊंगा भाई, ठीक है, वीडियो बना
हाँ
दो उसकी।
बताओ।
दैट इज वन केस। तो अदर केसेस किया भाई, तू खुद जाके बाकियों के सॉल्यूशंस देख, या अगर ट्यूटोरियल आ गया उस तब तक वेल एंड गुड, नहीं आया तो भाई कुछ भी करके बाकी के सॉल्यूशंस देख और समझने की कोशिश की कैसे हो सकता है ये। दैट इज डेफिनेटली
अच्छा,
गोना हेल्प। और कभी कभी ऐसा होगा ना कि वो टॉपिक तुम्हें नहीं आता होगा, तो फिर तुम टॉपिक सीखोगे तो तुम्हारी नॉलेज भी ग्रो हो जाएगी। ठीक है,
हाँ ठीक।
कूल भाई।
मतलब मेरे को बेसिकली अभी 1700 से 1800 के ट्राई करने चाहिए क्वेश्चन जैसा।
हाँ, दैट्स द रेंज यू शुड टारगेट।
अच्छा,
और भाई अगर टाइम
ठीक।
को बहुत ज़्यादा लग रहा है ना किसी क्वेश्चन में, चाहे वो ए बी सी है, तो थोड़ा
हाँ
सा उस पर भी थोड़ा प्रैक्टिस फोकस कर लियो ताकि टाइम कम लगे। इस लेवल पे आके ना उस 1600 वाली रेंज पे ना टाइम का काफ़ी खेल हो जाता है।
हाँ वही मतलब तो उसकी मैं तो कैसे करूँ, मतलब वर्चुअल कॉन्टेस्ट दूँ या फिर
वर्चुअल
मतलब
दे ले
मैंने
यार।
वर्चुअल कॉन्टेस्ट बहुत दिए हैं मतलब
वर्चुअल दे ले या
जैसे
हम्म, हम्म।
जैसे मैं दिसंबर के टाइम फ्रेम में मैंने नोटिस करा था कि मैं प्यूपिल ही प्यूपिल था, जैसे 6 महीने मुझे प्यूपिल में ही लग गए। तो मैंने सोचा कि एबीसी की स्पीड के लिए फिर मैंने वर्चुअल ट्राई करे, तो उसमें काफी एक इम्प्रूवमेंट आया था। तो अभी मेरे को जैसे अभी भी करेंटली भी मुझे लगता है कि मैं थोड़ा सा स्लो हूँ शायद इनिशियल क्वेश्चन में, तो
यार
उसके लिए
देख,
फिर क्या मतलब।
वो स्लो
हम्म,
पर्सपेक्टिव होता है, ठीक। अब जैसे
हम्म,
मतलब बीइंग ऑनेस्ट, कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि मैं ना फास्टेस्ट सॉल्व कर लेता हूँ। बाय फास्टर आई मीन द फास्टेस्ट इन द वर्ल्ड। मैं मतलब मैं 1 मिनट में सॉल्व कर लूंगा, और जो टूरिस्ट होगा उसने भी 1-2 मिनट में सॉल्व किया होगा ये, ठीक है। बट दैट्स नॉट अ
हाँ
कंसिस्टेंट थिंग मी। मतलब
हाँ,
यूजुअली टूरिस्ट इज टेकिंग 1 or 2 minutes, आई एम गोना टेक 5 minutes फॉर इट, ठीक है। नाउ यू विल से
हम्म,
दैट आई एम स्लो, बट टेक्निकली पर्सन हु टेक 20 minutes फॉर दैट ही विल से दैट आई एम फास्ट, राइट। सो ये बहुत पर्सपेक्टिव सी
हाँ,
चीज़ होती है। फास्ट एंड स्लो इज पर्सपेक्टिव, राइट, विद वॉट यू आर टारगेटिंग,
हम्म,
ठीक है। तो आई विल से कि यू हैव टू गेट फास्ट कंपेयर टू योर सेल्फ। सो अगर तेरे को अभी 5-6 मिनट लग रहे हैं ना, एंड यू थिंक कि अगला बंदा ना जो टॉप पे जा रहा है वो 1-2 मिनट में कर रहा है इस चीज़ को, एंड
हाँ
यू थिंक इट्स डूएबल फॉर यू। अब मैं अगर सोचूं मैं इस टाइम पे डी क्वेश्चन ना, कॉज टूरिस्ट अगर वो 10 मिनट में कर रहा है, मैं भी 10 मिनट में कर लूंगा। आई नो इट्स स्टुपिडिटी फॉर मी एट दिस लेवल, उतना सोचना स्टुपिडिटी है,
हम्म,
राइट। तो आई नॉट थिंक दैट, बट रेदर सेट अचीवेबल गोल्स कि भाई ठीक है मैं ये तो कर सकता हूँ 2 मिनट में कुछ ना कुछ करके, बिकॉज ए का लॉजिक तो बन रहा है वैसे 2 मिनट में, वाई एम नॉट एबल टू सॉल्व दैट।
हाँ
वो करने की कोशिश कर, ठीक है।
ओके।
ओके,
यार
देखते
लीड
हैं।
कोड भी एक बार अगर आप देख लेते तो।
देखता हूँ भाई कहाँ पे तेरी प्रोफाइल, अच्छा वापस जाऊँ प्रोफाइल डिस्कशंस में।
हाँ
हाँ
भेज
कोई नहीं,
देता हूँ।
देखता हूँ मैं, कोई नहीं, चल कर। लीड कोड, ओके। मतलब काफ़ी सही जा रहा है ग्राफ। वो बन जाएगा, क्या बोलते हैं,
गार्डियन।
गार्डन गार्डन बन जाएगा। 2180 के
हाँ मैं
आसपास
बना था
गार्डन बना दे।
हाँ।
गार्डन बना
हम्म,
दो तू।
हाँ मैं गार्डियन था, फिर उसके बाद फिर बहुत
ओ,
ही बुरा ड्रॉप हो गया है। इसको रिकवर करने में थोड़ा टाइम लग गया।
नो वरीज यार। अभी पिछले वाले में मेरा भी ड्रॉप हुआ था। आई वाज एबल टू सॉल्व द क्वेश्चन आफ्टर 1 मिनट। तो जैसे ही टाइम हो गया ना उसके 1 मिनट बाद सॉल्व हुआ क्वेश्चन। तो फोर्थ क्वेश्चन तो इसलिए मेरा भी ड्रॉप हो गया था पिछला वाला। बट एनी हु लुकिंग एट ग्राफ तो ठीक है, ओवरऑल भी
तो
ठीक है
जैसे
मतलब।
मुझे पूछना था, जैसे मैं कोड फोर्सेस पे ही ध्यान दूं या फिर मेरे को लीड कोड पे भी
नहीं
कुछ
नहीं, देख
काम
भाई,
करना चाहिए।
लीड कोड पे ना पैरेलली करता है, नहीं तो ना ग्राफ्स वगैरह काफ़ी वीक हो जाएंगे। 'Cause देख कोड फोर्स पे जब तू ग्राफ तक पहुंचेगा तो उसको टाइम लगेगा, ठीक
हाँ
है। तब तक एटलीस्ट
हाँ।
इधर ट्राई करता रहे, समझ रहा ना, ताकि
अच्छा।
वो ना आए कि भाई भूल ही कंसेप्ट भूल गए या अब नहीं हो रहा सॉल्व। और क्या ही जाता है,
हाँ
अच्छा तो लगता है प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग, एड्रेनलिन रश मिलता ही है।
हाँ।
तो कीप डूइंग दैट, राइट, ठीक
तो
हेलो।
वो भी वैल्यू मतलब ऐड करते हैं जो मीडियम क्वेश्चंस होते हैं, जैसे
है।
ग्राफ और
ऑब्वियसली
ट्रीज ये
भाई,
सब लीड कोड पे।
ऑब्वियसली भाई।
हेलो।
हाँ हाँ,
अच्छा।
हेलो।
हेलो।
आयरन फिस्ट।
हाँ भैया मेरी प्रोफाइल चेक करना करोगे प्लीज एक बार।
करेंगे भाई, इसलिए तो बैठे हैं इधर, क्या टेंशन ले रहे हो। ओके, आयरन फिस्ट की प्रोफाइल कोड फोर्सेस की करनी है ना सिर्फ।
हाँ जी।
ओके 1547, भाई भी एक्सपर्ट्स हैं यार। एक्चुअली आई एम प्रेटी हैप्पी, डिस्कॉर्ड सर्वर में ढंग के लोग आए हुए हैं। आई मीन लाइक हर बंदा ढंग का, बट एटलीस्ट पीपल हु आर बीन देयर इन द एक्सपर्ट कैटेगरी आर ओवर, प्रेटी हैप्पी विद दैट हिसाब से भाई। बढ़िया। ओके 1639 तक आए भैया, उसके बाद ड्रॉप हो गई। प्रोफाइल तो चल रही है इस लेवल पे, वो मिल रहा है ना, मतलब बीटी आ रही है ना इस लेवल। तो देख भाई
हाँ थोड़ा भी कम हो लास्ट से।
क्या कम हो गया।
कंसिस्टेंट भी कम हो लास्ट कुछ टाइम से, लाइक दे नहीं पा रहा कॉन्टेस्ट।
अबे वो तो ठीक है, बट तेरा प्रोफाइल है ये देख कैसे गिर रही है, प्रैक्टिस गिर रही है। देख आई एम अज्यूमिंग तू ये क्वेश्चन तब सॉल्व करता था जब तू मतलब पहले जब दे रहा था कॉन्टेस्ट, तेरी लेवल अच्छा नहीं था। फिर तेरा प्रैक्टिस गिरता गया उसके
हाँ
बाद से। राइट नाउ यू नीड टू सॉल्व दिस दीज क्वेश्चंस, राइट। जिसमें 1700 की प्रैक्टिस तो है तेरे पास, 1800 की प्रैक्टिस नहीं है. स्टार्ट सॉल्विंग 1800 डाल से. ठीक है, सुन रहा भाई? 1700
हाँ हाँ
1800 सॉल्व कर
और
ढंग से. आयरन फिस्ट भाई. क्या करूँ, नहीं रहेगा क्या? एक सेकंड रुक. मैंने कल से पहले सी एफ शेड्यूल डाली. पे मैंने कल पहले. अच्छा सॉरी मजदूमदार भाई, देखता हूँ पक्का. Cool. Guys, if you want to like subscribe to our channel, you can subscribe to this.
तो भैया
हाँ चेतन.
आप मेरी प्रोफाइल रिव्यू करोगे क्या? मैंने डाली है अभी.
हाँ sure. I was actually reading the profile of Iron Fist. Probably he has some network issues.
ओके.
Okay, एक second यार. After this black thing, my friends are telling me कि enough contest दे दिए क्योंकि start किया है, एक contest miss नहीं किया, dinner breakfast miss करके. अब से I'll be solving them. Syllabus projects. Yeah, this has to be your take because firstly I'll say that if you haven't actually cheated, then at least try fighting for it once, right? If they still don't agree, then it's your take. Like if you want to absolve, then that's fine enough. If you want to give contest, it's fine enough. If you actually don't if you're not getting that pleasure by giving the contest, I don't think there's any meaning to it, right? फिर तो मत ही कर. If you're finding it like worth giving तो कर ले, नहीं तो मत कर. Cool. अभी किसका था? चेतन का, right? चेतन की प्रोफाइल रिव्यू करनी है. चेतन भाई, चेतन भाई तेरी तो प्रोफाइल रिव्यू हो रही थी यार पहले.
हेलो हेलो
नहीं भैया, मैंने अभी
अच्छा
डाली
ठीक है.
जस्ट. पहले डाली थी पर अब मिस हो गई.
ठीक है.
भैया मेरी भी कर देना।
अरे भाई एक 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 टाइम पे एक ही हो पाएगी, एक
हेलो
मिनट.
भाई
नहीं भैया, मैंने अभी डाली.
हाँ श्योर. भाई आयरन फिस्ट की कर रहे थे पहले. आयरन फिस्ट का कनेक्शन वीक है शायद से, बार बार चला जा रहा है वो. म्यूट रखना जब तक बोल ना रहे हो कुछ, ठीक है? ओके. एनीवे ये अननोन कौन था? चेतन था. अकेडमी ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग. कहाँ पे है ये? अलांडी.
ये पुणे के बाजू में.
अच्छा ओके. तो भाई की प्रोफाइल जा रही है, क्या दिक्कत आ रही है भाई? प्रॉब्लम वो बताओ.
अभी मीन्स प्रॉब्लम ये है कि मीन्स अभी एक्सपर्ट्स के लिए कौन से टॉपिक्स करने चाहिए? थोड़ा स्पेशलिस्ट एंड एक्सपर्ट मेंटेन हो इसके लिए.
यार देख, एक्सपर्ट में ना मतलब एक्सपर्ट तक पहुंचने के लिए या स्पेशलिस्ट तक, स्पेशलिस्ट में रहने के लिए आई से इफ़ यू आर गुड विद ग्रीडी इंट्यूशन और बाइनरी सर्च, दैट्स इनफ, राइट? एक्सपर्ट में आने के लिए आई से फोकस अ बिट ऑन डीपी एज वेल, ये बोल सकता हूँ. और एक्सपर्ट में आना है अगर, तो राइट नाउ यू आर एट 1500, राइट? प्लस 200 बिकम 1700. यू स्टार्ट सॉल्विंग दिस प्रॉब्लम. ठीक है, 1700 ट्रैक के सॉल्व करने शुरू कर दे and start getting yourself comfortable with the DP. I'll not say start getting comfortable with graphs, but at least with DP and stuff. Graph करेगा that's well and good, नहीं कर पाएगा then also it's fine. Cool.
ओके भैया.
भैया स्पेशलिस्ट बनना है, प्लीज़ एक बार रिव्यू कर दो. क्विटर हैबिट, क्वाइटर हैबिट, सॉरी क्विटर, क्वाइटर, क्वाइटर है, क्विटर है. ओके भाई, क्या बनना है आपको? स्पेशलिस्ट बनना है, राइट? और आप प्रैक्टिस कितनी कर रहे हो अभी? कैम्पची, लेट्स चेक दिस. भाई स्पेशलिस्ट की प्रैक्टिस भी तो कर लो. प्रैक्टिस ही नहीं है यार, कैसे बनोगे? who's this? Quite quit rabbit, you're here, right? भाई वो क्यों बंद कर रखा है? भाई हेडफोन ने सुनाई नहीं, बोल रहा हूँ. एनीवे सो क्वाइटर हैबिट्स को जस्ट गो लाइक रिप्लाई ओवर या ऑलरेडी रिप्लाइड ओके.
हेलो भैया.
हाँ कौन बोल रहा है? हाँ क्वाइटर हैबिट्स, गॉट इट. या
मैं अश्विन.
हाँ हाँ गॉट इट. So bhai, what I'm saying is you're not solving the right amount of problems, right? तो थोड़ी प्रॉब्लम प्रैक्टिस कर, तभी हो पाएगा. तेरे पास प्रॉब्लम से थे ही नहीं. इफ यू वांट टू बिकम अ स्पेशलिस्ट, राइट, तो स्पेशलिस्ट के लिए 1300 1400 ढंग से लगा. तूने 5 5 8 8 तो प्रॉब्लम्स किए हैं अभी, तो उससे नहीं हो पाएगा ना. थोड़ा मेहनत पड़ेगी. ग्राइंड नहीं है, ग्राइंड मिसिंग है. ग्राइंड कर थोड़ा. और स्पेशलिस्ट के लिए आई से बाइनरी सर्च, ग्रीडी अप्रोचेस, इंट्यूशन बेस्ड, कंस्ट्रक्टिव एल्गोरिथम्स, थोड़ा बहुत मैथ्स, दिस थिंग्स वुड बी इनफ. कूल ब्रो. ओके, और पीपल बनने के लिए कौन सा टॉपिक करना है भैया? अभिषेक पांडे, सी.
हेलो भैया।
हेलो भैया। हेलो।
हाँ प्रीतम.
हाँ भैया, मेरी प्रोफाइल जरा रिव्यू कर देना।
हाँ प्रीतम करता हूँ भाई. अभी इसकी हो गई ना. अभी अभी के था, 1 मिनट रुक जा. अभी स्टिल है. सो अभिषेक पांडे स्टिल है, राइट? सो अभिषेक, एक सेकंड दे मुझे. कि देख, प्यूपिल बनने के लिए देयर इज नॉट सम सॉर्ट ऑफ डीएसए जो देखो करना पड़ेगा. इट्स जस्ट बेसिक कंस्ट्रक्टिव एल्गोरिथम. उतना तो pupil बन जाएगा. थोड़ा बहुत बाइनरी सर्च कर साथ में करना, तो ग्रीडी कर ले थोड़ा बहुत, ठीक है. बट देयर इज नो स्पेसिफिक टॉपिक दैट यू फॉर्म. बट द थिंग इज दैट यू आर नॉट सॉल्व राइट अमाउंट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस, ठीक है. हाँ 1200 सॉल्व कर रहा है, बट यू आर नॉट सॉल्व अ लॉट ऑफ क्वेश्चन, राइट? सो दैट्स द प्रॉब्लम. एंड अगर देखो पीपल बनना है, तो आई से 1200 1300 दोनों सॉल्व करना शुरू कर दे, ठीक है. और साथ में try solving a lot of problems. I'm not able to say that particular grind that is actually required. अब तूने देख 11 प्रॉब्लम्स की हैं दोनों की, एक दिन में हो जाती है यार. 22 प्रॉब्लम्स करनी है, 10 मिनट एक को लग रहे हैं, तो बहुत आराम से एक दिन में हो जाती है. तो ग्राइंड इज एक्चुअली मिसिंग, राइट? तो 1200 1300 ग्राइंड कर ढंग से 1 2 हफ्ते, यू विल टू सी सम रिजल्ट्स. कूल. अभी था प्रीतम के पास, राइट? प्रीतम, गिव मी अ सेकंड, लेट मी जस्ट चेक ओवर. आयुष सिंह. सो ओके, आपने फिर भी मेरी मिस कर दी भैया. राघव अग्रवाल, डिड आई रिव्यू योर प्रोफाइल राघव? Raghav, if I've missed your profile, let me know, because I think I already did it. भाई एक माइक म्यूट कर ले अभिषेक पांडे. हद है यार. मतलब मैं दोनों जगह इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ कुछ लैग आ रहा है, नहीं तो आई एनीवे म्यूट इट. ओके, मैं दोनों जगह इसलिए बोल रहा था कुछ लैग आ रहा था. प्लीज प्रोवाइड डिस्कॉर्ड सर्वर लिंक. डिस्कॉर्ड सर्वर लिंक इज प्रोवाइडेड. भाई प्रॉब्लम को कितना टाइम देना चाहिए? डिपेंड्स ऑन अ लेवल. ओके, मेरी कर दो भैया. एक्स्ट्रा लो बादल आ रहा. ओके, डूइंग इट. Okay, looks good to me. What's the problem? Okay, let's look at this. What the hell? इसको क्या हो गया? Bro, is your target being specialist or experts? What's your target? Because they're actually not solving the right amount of problems. So over here, I'm able to see that for 1500, you have just solved 13 problems, right? And your current level is already 1300. So even if you use the crude mathematics, so you should at least start solving 1500 plus problems. So once you start solving that, you should see some uptrend. Also, the thing I'm able to see over here is that initially you were solving a lot of problems, right? And then it's decreasing. So you should have some focus over this range, 1500 1600. Try solving this, and you should see some effect. Other than that, if I look at topics, so greedy you have solved 187. Brute force is looking fine to me. So is sorting. Constructive is good. Strings is good. DP, it's not required for this particular category, but yeah, cool if you solve 37 problems from that. Data structures specific is fine. Body search is cool. Number theory is fine. So yeah, topic wise it's looking fine to me, but I'll just recommend that these level problems, that is 1500 plus. Cool, that answers, man. Cool, that should be enough. Okay, let me go back to Discord पे सबकी प्रोफाइल रिव्यू हो गई. If someone still wants profile reviewed, could you ping over here? Okay, cool. Assuming that everyone's profile is reviewed over here.
So please review my profile.
ओम तेरी पिछली बार की थी ना? Okay, cool. Assuming that everyone's profile is reviewed. Om, congrats, you are now pupil.
Thank you, sir. Sir, generally I know my problem of concern is I'm not grinding enough,
Mm-hmm.
and I just want to know, sir, किस लेवल से स्टार्ट करें अभी तो? मतलब अभी 1200 के करें कि 1400 1500 क्या करें?
नहीं तो देख, अभी तो इस लेवल पे पहुंच गया, को लगता है कि तू वापस ड्रॉप कर जाएगा?
सर अभी लग तो रहा है, अभी तो थोड़ी सर वैसी ही लग रही है
1300
कि
कर,
इंस्टेंस पे आई है रेटिंग.
1300 कर. और भाई तूने
1200 ही करें सर.
पिछली एक बार याद दिलाई, तू पिछली बार बोला था एक प्रोग्राम बना अपने लिए टू चेक फॉर दैट टेस्ट केसेस.
हाँ सर, उसका अभी तो सर नहीं किया, अभी
क्यों नहीं
करता
किया
हूँ मैं
अभी?
जाके. सर उसकी वाली वीडियो मैंने तब तक चेकआउट नहीं की थी जो आपने बनाई थी, उसके बाद मैंने चेकआउट की वो वीडियो. तो थोड़ा भी बैश के बारे में देखना है जो आपने बताया था.
करके आइयो पक्का, ठीक है? उससे तेरी नॉलेज, तेरी इंप्रूव होगी नॉलेज. मेरे को क्या हेल्प मिलेगी उससे? लाइक इट्स फॉर यू ओनली,
यस सर, यस.
बट यू विल बी एबल टू लर्न न्यू थिंग्स, ठीक है? बाकी यार अभी इस लेवल से इफ यू थिंकिंग दैट यू आर गोना गो फॉर अ डंप, सो 1400 मत कर जाए, बट 1300 कर अभी, ठीक है? मतलब 1300 1400 दोनों ही कर ले.
ओके सर.
1200 पे स्टिक मत करियो पर, ठीक है? स्टार्ट डूइंग 1300.
ओके सर.
कूल. ओके,
ओके सर.
प्रीतम विश्वास मेरा वाला रह गया, भाई रह गया, ये है ना? Bro, why is it in different color altogether? Pritham, what's this mystery? Pritham, क्या
एक बार फिर से रिपीट कर.
यार ये ब्लैक सा क्यों बन के आ रहा है?
ब्लैक सा मतलब?
ये इधर दिख रहा है बैक जो है.
ओ अच्छा, वो. हाँ हाँ हाँ. एक्चुअली मेरी जून की तरफ इंटर्नशिप लग गई थी,
हाँ,
तो उसके बाद मैंने छोड़ दिया था.
तो ब्लैक हो जाता है उससे?
नहीं, ब्लैक मतलब मैं एक बार नाइट पे पहुंचा था,
अच्छा,
फिर
ओके,
मेरा गिर गया.
गॉट इट. कूल. ओके, तो भाई बन जाएगा ये तो वापस नाइट. बट तेरे से अगर ये प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व नहीं हो रही तो 2-3 प्रॉब्लम्स कर रहा है. इधर तक ठीक था तेरा. कौन सी कंपनी में इंटर्न थी भाई तेरी?
SRI भी.
कौन सी?
SRI भी, सैमसंग रिसर्च.
अच्छा, सैमसंग की सर्च, बैंगलोर ना? सैमसंग इंस्टीट्यूट
हाँ
बैंगलोर,
हाँ,
ऐसा कुछ है
वही
ना?
वाला. हाँ वही वाला, वही वाला.
मिल गया?
हाँ.
अरे कांग्रेस भाई, पार्टी.
अरे
एनीहू.
थैंक यू.
अच्छा, देख, प्रोफाइल तो ठीक है, इसमें दिक्कत नहीं है. इजी आर कंपैरेटिवली वे मोर देन हार्ड. थोड़ा हार्ड करते हैं, दैट वुड बी फाइन. बट जैसे ना ये प्रॉब्लम्स नहीं हो रही, मतलब अभी देख मैं ज़्यादा कंप्लीट नहीं कर पाऊंगा बिकॉज 2-3-4 कंटेस्ट इज एक्चुअली अ प्रेटी स्मॉल सैम्पल स्पेस टू इवन कमेंट ऑन, ठीक है? तो आई वांट कि नहीं जैसे हो नहीं रहा है, जैसे हो रहा है, एटलीस्ट गिव सम मोर कंटेस्ट. 3-4 कंटेस्ट और दे, आई विल बी एबल टू कमेंट. बट तेरे को पता होगा अगर जैसे ग्राफ और डीपी नहीं हो रहे, तो सॉल्विंग मोर क्वेश्चन ओवर हियर बिकॉज दैट दिस माइट बिकम अ इशू. एंड इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग तो सैमसंग में देयर आर इंटरनल टेस्ट, राइट, दैट यू
या
हैव टू क्लियर. तो भाई तेरे को तो रहना ही है
या.
टेस्ट. यू डोंट इवन हैव अ ऑप्शन ऑफ,
हाँ.
तो वो
यस
करता रहे.
यस.
उसके
थैंक यू.
अलावा दिस लुक्स फाइन. तो यू गोना कंटिन्यू सीपी एज अ फन एक्टिविटी या क्या सीन है?
मैं सोच रहा था कोड फोर्सेस में सीपी करने का.
तो कर, ग्राइंड कर. अब तो भाई देख, इफ आई लुक एट इट, ठीक है, बहुत ज़्यादा टाइम तो तेरे को हुआ नहीं. मिड मिड दिसंबर में तूने स्टार्ट किया ढंग से,
हम्म.
ठीक है? मिड दिसंबर स्टार्ट तो क्या ही किया, कॉन्टेस्ट ही नहीं दिया अभी तो. अगर मैं तेरा वो भी देखूँ तो क्या बोलते हैं, ग्राइंड तेरा विजुअलाइजर पे, तो डस्ट टू बॉय भाई ग्राइंड ही नहीं है ज़रा यार. इस पे कैसे तो दे पाऊंगा वो, समझ रहा है? मैं एडवाइस तब दे पाऊंगा ना इफ आई एम एबल टू, कि ग्राइंड कर रहा है एंड फिर रिजल्ट नहीं मिल रहे. जैसे यार प्रोफाइल तेरे को, और ये ओम गुप्ता की प्रोफाइल, सो योर to see this consistent uptrend, right, or consistent performance, right? तो वो उतने वो नहीं दिख रहे, कॉन्टेस्ट नहीं दिख रहे मेरे को तेरी प्रोफाइल पे, बट और जो तू प्रैक्टिस भी कर रहा हो थोड़ी सी स्क्यूड है, सो यू शुड नॉट प्रैक्टिस दिस मैनी ऑफ 1400, बट हाँ अगर पहले किए थे अब नहीं कर रहे, दैट्स फाइन, सिंस तू ऑलरेडी कोड शेफ से आ रहा है, राइट? तो तेरे इस लेवल के जो कंसेप्ट होंगे ना अप टिल 1800 1900, सॉरी तूने लीड को पहले कर रखा है ना, तो 1800 1900 के तो कंसेप्ट पता है, बस तू इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं कर पा रहा है इधर अभी, तो स्टार्ट डूइंग 1600 1500 वगैरह, ठीक? प्रीतम,
थैंक यू सर।
कूल ब्रो,
हाँ थैंक यू।
कूल।
ये क्वेश्चन कहाँ से करूँ, C2 लैडर से या कोई स्पेसिफिक कुछ है?
यार ये तो मैं कहूँगा कि उसमें से सीधे उठा ले, प्रॉब्लम सेट्स पे जा, ठीक है?
हम्म।
प्रॉब्लम सेट्स पे जा, फिर उसके डिफ़िकल्टी डाल दे कि भाई देखो 1500 16 से करना है मेरे से, ठीक है? 1500 1600 करने हैं, अप्लाई कर दे भाई, हाँ, तो क्वेश्चंस आ जाएंगे, ठीक है? उसके बाद बस ऑप्शंस होता है कि शॉर्ट टैग्स या हाइड सॉल्व प्रॉब्लम। सो एक जनरल एडवाइस है दैट डोंट सेलेक्ट दिस। टैग्स पता होता है ना, तो फिर बंदा ना काफ़ी लिमिटेड अप्रोच लेके चलता है कि पता ही है भाई ये डीपी से सॉल्व होना, डीपी लगनी है यहाँ पे, डोंट यूज दैट दिस, ठीक है?
ठीक है,
कूल
थैंक यू।
कूल भाई। ओके, एक प्रॉब्लम कितना टाइम देना चाहिए, डिपेंड्स ऑन लेवल मेरे
भैया
भैया। भाई बादल आ रहा है ऑलरेडी, बादल आया।
हेलो।
हाँ भाई,
हाँ हेलो भैया।
बोल भाई।
मैं अश्वत।
हाँ भाई बताओ।
भैया मेरी भी रिव्यू कर देंगे, मेरी भी रिव्यू कर देंगे प्रोफाइल।
श्योर। अश्वत,
प्लीज।
ओके दिस इज ए
हाँ
प्रोफाइल,
भैया,
लीड कोड ही करनी है ना? अच्छा दोनों है।
दोनों कर सकते हो तो
हाँ दोनों कर
दोनों कर
देंगे, ठीक है ठीक
दीजिए।
है, दिखे नहीं। ओके सो ओके, गुड ग्राइंड। अश्वत, you're gonna be night in 2 or 3, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, definitely gonna be night. Grind is good, ठीक है? हार्ड प्रॉब्लम्स कम की हैं ये थोड़े, अगर इजी प्रॉब्लम तेरा ऑलरेडी बन गया होगा नाउ, एटलीस्ट व्हेन यू लुक एट अ इजी प्रॉब्लम, राइट, तो यू नो कि ये
हाँ
सॉल्व हो जाएगा जैसे।
हाँ भैया।
हाँ तो इजी मत कर अब, फोकस ऑन हार्ड भाई। दिस लेवल ऑफ ग्राइंड ना, मतलब दिस इज द ड्रीम ग्राइंड फॉर मैनी एल्स यार। ऑसम वर्क मैन, लिटरली ऑसम वर्क। तेरी लिंक्डइन फॉलोइंग बनने होगी, तूने पोस्ट डाली होगी इस पे तो, है ना?
हाँ भैया डाली थी।
नहीं, फुल वर्क मैन। तो कौन सा एरिया अभी तेरा?
तो भैया मेरा 3rd ईयर चल रहा है अभी।
यार देख, इंटर्न
भैया मैं इंटर्न कर रहा हूँ इंदौर में, एक लोकल स्टार्टअप है वहाँ पे, बट कॉलेज तो 3rd टायर है तो इतनी अच्छी यहाँ पे कंपनीज आती नहीं है कि इंटर्न दे।
रेफरल मैं दे दूंगा, क्यों टेंशन ले रहा था?
थैंक यू भैया।
ठीक है, चिल कर। तो दिस इज फाइन, ठीक है, बट आई विल से अगर सीपी तेरा टारगेट है, then let's look a bit at the problems you have solved. Okay. भाई देख, 1500 1600, सॉरी 1400 1500 स्टार्ट कर दे, 1400 सही कर रहा तू, 25 प्रॉब्लम ऑलरेडी सॉल्व।
हाँ भैया।
थोड़ा ज़्यादा सॉल्व करने की कोशिश कर इसको, बाकी तेरा प्रोफाइल ठीक जा रही है, ठीक है? सो इट्स एक्चुअली ग्रेट। अच्छा एक बात बता, तू डेली प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करता है इसकी, ठीक है? तो डू यू जनरली लाइक, लेट्स से प्रॉब्लम आ गई कोई हार्ड, तो को नहीं आती वो, तो व्हाट डू यू डू?
हाँ मैं लीड कोड पे करता हूँ।
हाँ तो हाउ डू यू डू दैट? लेट्स से इफ हार्ड प्रॉब्लम्स कम्स एंड यू हैव नो क्लू हाउ टू सॉल्व इट, तो सोल्यूशन डायरेक्टली कॉपी पेस्ट कर देगा, क्या करेगा? या फिर
मैं बेसिकली भैया अगर मेरे को टॉपिक नहीं पता होता तो पहले थोड़ा सा उसका जीएफजी का आर्टिकल्स देख लेता हूँ,
हम्म
और अगर वो क्वेश्चन नहीं बन रहा होता उसके बाद यूट्यूब पे ट्यूटोरियल देख लेता हूँ।
हम्म
आंसर कॉपी पेस्ट नहीं करता।
अच्छा एक एडवाइस देता हूँ तेरे को, मतलब दिस इज ऑब्वियसली द बेस्ट थिंग व्हाट यू आर डूइंग, बट एक थोड़ा सा
हेलो।
हट के। हाँ आवाज़ आ रही है? हेलो हेलो अश्वत।
हाँ
यू आर
भैया,
ऑडिबल।
हाँ
आपकी वॉइस कट गई थी।
मेरी वॉइस कट गई थी, नो, चल हो सकता है। ओके कूल
हाँ
भाई, कर दिया मैंने इसका रिप्लाई, एक सेकंड जरा भाई, ऑलरेडी रिप्लाइड टू दिस आई गेस। आई नो मतलब इट फील्स बैड, बट ट्राई फाइटिंग फॉर दिस। इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू गेट योर अकाउंट बैक, या फिर फ्लैग नहीं हटता, देन डू व्हाट योर हार्ट सेज। आई विल से लाइक, इफ देयर if you don't feel that joy in giving contest, don't waste your time over there. How Ashit, back to you. So what I'm saying is कि हार्ड क्वेश्चंस तू अगर मतलब तू कह रहा है ना यूट्यूब से देखता है, तो एक थोड़ी सी नॉन मेन स्ट्रीम एडवाइस देता हूँ तेरे को. बिफोर इवन वॉचिंग ऑन मेन स्ट्रीम और रीडिंग आर्टिकल,
हाँ भैया.
डू वन थिंग कि जो डिस्कस सोल्यूशन जाके ना किसी बंदे को कोड करना शुरू कर, बिकॉज दैट्स द हार्डर थिंग टू डू. ठीक है, तो ये भी कुछ कैपेबिलिटीज होती है जो इस वे में डेवलप हो पाएंगी. दूसरे बंदे का कोड पढ़ के समझना आना इज अ बिगर थिंग टू डू, एंड वो तेरे को ना मतलब अपने जो एक्चुअल वर्क होगा ना सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट का, उसमें भी इट्स गोना हेल्प. कूल है.
हाँ cool. ठीक है भैया.
ओके चलो,
थैंक यू भैया.
कूल भाई. एनीवन एल्स या फिर ओके?
भैया एक चीज पूछनी थी।
बोलो भाई.
या जैसे वो कोऑर्डिनेशन के जो क्वेश्चंस थे वो आपके साथ कभी डिस्कस करने थे, मतलब उसके सॉल्यूशन मिल नहीं रहे थे, तो मैं चाहता था आप एक बार उस पे मतलब एक थॉट दे दो कि ये कैसे होगा करके, अप्रोच पे एक आइडिया मतलब.
ट्रायलॉजी के हैं.
हाँ ट्रायोलॉजी के, जैसे मेरे पास स्क्रीनशॉट पड़े हैं पर मेरे को वो बन नहीं रहे मतलब मुझसे कुछ
एक
कुछ.
काम करते हैं,
हाँ
पहले तो एक काम करना है, बस क्वेश्चंस पढ़े तो भाई लीड कोड पे डाल दे. फ्री के कॉइन्स भी मिल जाएंगे तेरे को, बाकी लोगों को भला भी हो जाएगा, तेरे को भी आंसर मिल जाएंगे. ठीक है, दैट्स द फर्स्ट थिंग यू कैन डू. ठीक है.
अच्छा.
और सेकंड थिंग इज कि
हाँ
मेरे को भेज दियो और मैं कल ट्राई करता हूँ. ठीक है, और हो जानी चाहिए सॉल्व. इतना कोई टफ एग्जाम नहीं होता ट्रायोलॉजी का भी. ठीक है, तो लेट लेट ट्राई दैट. हो जाते हैं तो फिर उसके
हाँ
बाद प्रोबेबली अगर वन ऑन वन करना होगा तो आई कॉल यू अप एंड वी कैन डिस्कस दैट, या फिर कल एक छोटा सा कॉल शेड्यूल कर
हाँ
सकते हैं दिस. ठीक है.
हाँ, मतलब भैया आपको कहाँ पर ये डिस्कॉर्ड पे भेज दूँ?
हाँ, डिस्कॉर्ड पे पिंग कर दे मुझे. ठीक है, चाहे सीपी डाउट में डाल दियो या मेरे को डीएम कर दे, जैसे तेरा मन करे. कूल.
ठीक है ठीक है सर,
ओके.
ठीक है.
ओके, bugless dev. Okay, bugless dev, you're still here, I hope. I'm gonna review your profile. Okay. Bugless dev, your profile does not exist. Sit life. Anyway. Okay, it's the code for lead code profile you are having. Let me see that. Okay. Lead code, your name is bugless dev. Okay. Bugless dev, you too, man. Doing awesome, I'll say. 4.5 star. Going. एक गार्डन क्यों नहीं बन रहा तो भाई? इतने तो कॉन्टेस्ट दे दिए हैं. यू आर ऑलरेडी अ 5 स्टार, तो आई थिंक यू शुड हैव बीन अ गार्डियन टू. ओके. एनीहू, looking at this, it feels that Bugless Dev, just one more thing, are you comfortable with Hindi as well, or there's a problem with that? Anywho, I'll continue in English. So, okay, not comfortable. Okay, I don't know if you said no, I'm comfortable or not comfortable, but anyway, I'll try to give you general advice. So the thing I'm saying is that you have solved a lot of problems from 800 level, right? You have solved like 300 problems. That's pretty humongous, right? You need not do that, and it's not required for you now to solve the problem from A. Let's check forward. So you have solved 45 and 50 problems over here. If I look at your code forces profile as well, let me check that. Homebrew. Technically have great names or great alias over here. Cool. So this looks fine to me, but the thing is that you need to practice problems from 1700 to 1800 range. So this particular range that you have not actually practiced. So you start practicing problem from this range, and that's gonna help you. Cool. Okay, you're doing already a great job. I don't have suggestions for you other than that you have to solve these hard problems. You are actually ignoring hard problems. Compared to hard problems, you have solved 3 times more easy problems, right? But that should not be the case. So start focusing more on the hard problems as well. As far as the skill sets or the topics are concerned, then I can see that you have solved almost all the topics, I guess. That's fine. You have solved 1,200 problems. That's actually humongous. I know that you'll be able to do great because the kind of grind you have gone through is epic. Not a lot of people go through this kind of grind. Uh, Wishing you all the best, man. I know you'll be able to do great. But yeah, the thing I would recommend is that start doing hard over here and try to solve the right kind of problems on code forces. So wherein you're actually solving the 1700 or the 1800 problems and not these 800 type of problems. That makes sense. Yeah, got it. Bugless dev. So yeah, I got your point. But right now, try to solve more problems. Okay, me sing. Okay, so firstly we have someone called Hame275. Okay, code forces. Guys, this session has already extended by more than 2 hours 15 minutes. I guess I'm gonna close it pretty soon. Okay, let me just put myself over here. Okay, so the grind is good, but what's stopping you from becoming a pupil? Let's check that. The problem set is also fine. Okay, no, it's not fine actually. 1200 is good. Right now you're at this level, so you should solve 1400, maybe more. So yeah, your name is Hame, right? Okay. Hame is Hame Kishan. हेम किशन भाई स्टार्ट सॉल्विंग मोर प्रॉब्लम्स आई विल से. ठीक है, तूने ऑलरेडी काफ़ी ज़्यादा ग्राइंड की है. Since you have performed this kind of grind, if you have doubts, so you can DM me. I can give you some personal help required if required. उसके अलावा I'll say you are consistently performing in this particular range. Now there could be two scenarios जो मैं बहुत बार बोल चुका हूँ इस मीट में ऑलरेडी, दैट इधर तो बहुत ज़्यादा टाइम लग रहा है A भी सॉल्व करने में, या तुमसे सी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व नहीं हो रही, राइट. तो ट्राई टू फिगर दैट आउट दैट वेयर यू आर एक्चुअली लैकिंग. और ये वो वाली रेंज है जहाँ पे तुम्हारी एकदम से रेटिंग ना शूट हो जाएगी बिकॉज यू आर एक्चुअली कम्पीटिंग विद द चीटर्स. सो that's it from it. But yeah, good grind, man. Any problem ho to you can always pay me. Okay, then we have Samir. नहीं, the destroyer भी हमारे पास. So the destroyer name, but let's see. Great pick, Shivank. भाई अभी ना you haven't actually started properly, so I cannot review this profile. तो थोड़ा सा और contest दे लो so that I also have more data points. Although you started early, like एक साल होने वाला है, but you haven't given that many contests, right? Let's just check for the type of problems. But even if I check for the type of problems, then like you haven't given that many contests, so it's needless to check. So I'll say give some more contests so that we are able to see where you are going on the path. Okay, then we have Samir. Let's check for Samir. Okay, Samir has solved some good amount of problems. So now check that. Is Samir following the right problems? By Samir, you are solving 1400 where you already are, right? So you'll not be able to grow. You need to start solving 1600 level problems. Over here, I say DP is fine, but compared to greedy, you have not solved any kind of DP, right? Like greedy is almost 5 times or 6 times of DP. What you have solved. So we can start focusing a bit more on DP. I'll not ask you to go for graphs, etc. But yeah, combinatorics obviously you can start doing, and so you can also start doing DP. So other than that, it looks fine to me. But yeah, 1600 is something you should be targeting. I hope that makes sense. but our graph is looking fine, and the grind is actually good. Anyway, let's move ahead. Who have solved a while? Okay, see if you Harsh. Okay, who's Harsh? Let's see. Good profile. Okay, so 1400. भाई देख, अगर तूने 1300-1400 प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व किया है ना, तो you shouldn't expect yourself to go to 1600-1700, right? So staying at this level, and now I can see that you have kind of saturated because you're reaching at this level and then dumping back again, right? So start solving the harder problems. Start solving this range of problems, 1600, right? 1600 is 12 over here. So I'll give you a target. Just solve like 38 more problems. When you solve 38 more problems, you'll have 50 problems from 1600, and then you ping me on Discord itself, right? Let's see what happens over there. Him, I already reviewed your profile. Okay, भैया कैप्रोन रिव्यू कर दो. ओके, कैप्रोन रिव्यू कर देते हैं भाई. ओके, कैप्रोन भाई इधर. कैप्रोन भाई इधर किधर है? ओके. Interesting. कैप्रोन सी द सेम प्रॉब्लम इज विद यू. तुम 1400 पे हो अभी, ठीक है? तो 1400 पे तुम सैचुरेट कर जाओगे, राइट? लाइक यू हैव ऑलरेडी नाउ रीच्ड 1400, so it's not like you have been struggling over here. You just reached over here, so the graph looks fine. It's up and down, consistent up and down, defines a good graph. Now you might actually start saturating in 1400, so start solving 1600 now, and 1700 maybe. So other than that, your graph looks good to me. Yeah, it actually looks good. You reach specialist maybe in a couple of contests, and if you keep grinding like this grind is good. It's not epic, but yeah, it's good. If you keep grinding like this, then probably you'll reach expert also, maybe by this year end. All the best for that. Capron is done. भाई C नहीं होता. भाई C नहीं होता, then you start C is most of the times binary search वगैरह, या sometimes it's DP. So मतलब start doing that. If you're able to do that, then well and good. अगर कुछ problems आती हैं तो join the Discord server. Let me help you out with that. हाँ, for binary search you can also see a video. I already have a video on the channel, so maybe that's gonna help you out. Cool. Please check my problem also and give advice on that. Bro, what's your problem? Shivang Sharma. Okay, the destroyer. I already reviewed your profile, right? I think I reviewed your profile. The destroyer. Okay. Yeah. So you haven't actually solved that many problems, right? So over here, like you've solved some problems, but you have not given context. So the kind of problems you are solving right now is 1400, which is kind of fine. Although I'll say that, okay, so you're just solving 1300. So start solving 1400, 1500 now, and also start giving contests. Cool. Okay, read code profile. Okay. Again, bro, I don't see a lot of contests, so I cannot compare with others. But as far as the tags are concerned, so tags are looking kind of fine. A bit low though. So just check out what are problems you haven't done and try to focus on them. Other than that, I'll see a lot of easy problems and literally no hard problems, like just 27 hard problems, considering the grind that you have been doing. These many questions, and also you're actually doing daily lead code challenges as well, I'm assuming. So the number of hard questions are not that much. So try focusing a bit over here. Also, the time complexity you are taking might not be accurate because it's only beating 83%, right? So try to like, even if you're able to solve it on your own, try to see the best possible solution for that. डन। भाई 1300-1400 रेटिंग के प्रॉब्लम को कितना टाइम देना चाहिए भाई? अपने तुम्हारे लेवल पे डिपेंड करता है ना, बिकॉज अगर आई एम अज्यूमिंग तुमने 1300-1400 लिखा है, नॉट 300-1400. So if you're already at a level, let's say 1600, right? And if you're then you're giving like half an hour on this particular problem, then it's wrong. But if you're at, like, let's say you just started, you are at 500-600 something, and then you're given half an hour for 1400 problem, then it kind of makes sense. So it depends on your level. Okay, sure, thanks for the review. Okay, cool. Kaira, the god of the new world. Cool, man. Hi Ronak. Shivam Patak, thanks भैया, thanks bro. Okay, विकास भैया, विकास 74 कर दो. Okay, विकास को भी कर देते हैं. Fine. ठीक है. Kind of problems you are practicing is, I am assuming ये practice कर रहे होगे तुम, ठीक है? तो that's fine. That's not a problem. Going by this, तो तुमने ग्रेड इतना किया है, कंस्ट्रक्टिव इतना, नंबर थ्योरी इतना, ब्रूट फोर्स, बाइनरी सर्च. Something is missing. डीपी तो नहीं करोगे तुम, चलो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है उसमें तो. दैट्स फाइन. कम्बिनेटोरिक्स इतना, इंटरेक्टिव 5 की है, नॉट रिक्वायर्ड 2, हैशिंग के 2 की हैं, ज्योमेट्री के 2, गेम्स का 1. व्हाट आई से इज, एक तो थोड़ा ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम प्रैक्टिस करो. इट्स जस्ट 16 एज ऑफ नाउ, राइट? सो थोड़ा और ग्राइंड कर लो उसमें. अदर देन दैट, योर ग्राफ हैज़ अ कंसिस्टेंट अप ट्रेंड, राइट? ऑन अ लॉन्गर टाइम स्केल यू कैन सी consistent uptrend, so that's good. No special advices. You already are from NTT Durgapur, तो competition तो तुम्हें ठीक ठाक मिल ही जाएगा वैसे भी. So I won't say like do something out of the book. Just stay on the track. Keep competing. You'll soon get out of this. And yeah, generally, if you are in this particular level, then probably you are taking a lot of time solving A and B. So try to solve them faster. Kapit Singh. Okay, अभी तो not reviewing anymore. So whosoever has already sent will review his profile. Not reviewing anymore. Okay, spelling is wrong. 2 case. Okay, so Kapat Singh is left. DH Kumar already did. Let's for okay, let's just K Pratap Singh, I'm assuming, right? So K Pratap Singh, why are you not able to do good? Let's check that. K Pratap Singh, you just started, man. Like, how can you even expect to grow? You have already started. You are on the right track. Keep doing it. I'll say keep grinding. Only then it would make sense to maybe review it. Okay, I'll just in ML. So we already have some people who are not from India on the Discord server. It completely makes sense whenever I do a discussion. So I try to keep it in English. I assume that you would be comfortable in that. Other than that, any language that you speak is fine by me. So the only motivation that I have is actually to give you more knowledge, or to impart knowledge, or and to learn on the way. So it's completely fine from whichever country you are. You can always join it. Okay, then we have Anupam Ghosh. Let's check for Anupam Ghosh. So Anupam Ghosh, you have actually solved a good amount of problems. Not good, but yeah, fine. Let's see over here. Okay, And compared to the kind of problems you have solved, you are actually going at a good pace, I'll say, right? So the only thing that you actually require is a good amount of grind, I'll say. And along with that, you're actually not solving the right kind of problem. So right now you should be solving this 1600 1700 range, because you already are at 1500. So not even 1600, but rather I'll say you should have solved 1800 to 1700. But yeah, since you have not solved 1600, start with 1600, go to 1800. So your your bracket should be 1600 to 1800 problems. Other than that, considering this amount of problems, I'll say that you definitely have a good amount of intellect, right? So you'll be able to do wonders over here. Thanks, Bhaiya. Okay, bro. For India, answer that. Anupam Ghosh, please, Bhaiya. Yeah, did that, bro. Cool, guys. Okay, guys. So this was actually pretty long. I was not expecting it to be that long. We like have actually, it's been more than 2.5 hours now. Bear for lead code also. Oh, okay, bro. No problem. Let me do for lead code also. Okay. Good graph. Okay, so that's the reason you were able to have a good graph on code forces. Got it now. Makes sense. Yes, do a bit of hard problems more, I'll say. Overall, it's actually looking good. So I don't have a typical advice for you, but yeah, small advices like do these hard problems, and over there you should be targeting the right bracket of questions that I already said. So other than that, the grind looks pretty good to me. Keep on the right track. You'll be able to do good. Prashant Dhaka, I already reviewed your profile today, but yeah, if anything is actually remaining now, I'll definitely review it in the next session, because it's already 2.5 hours or more than 2.5 hours now. Gotta go now. I hope this session was useful. Thanks a lot, guys, for being over here. I hope I'm able to add some value to your life or to your coding journey. With that, bye bye.